not only I'm going to that's how this type of things they happen. See what's going on everywhere, man. Our boys now don't do inside bush, Now what's in the be now, bro? Our Igbo boys, they chukutre manu hustlers. We're not doing any hand animal behavior. A burebe, a guy with video, zuzu, they make all sorts of rubbish, when you hear some of, for instance, when you hear about these things, and you will find out some of our brothers, out of fear, everybody don't waiting they build the economy of the place. It's not all human beings. When people come to places and they invest and they use their money, buy land, some people start building, before it trickles down to an area. The people who are building your house, before they start patronizing the woman who is selling on the streets, who is selling, economy like that, everybody money go touch. So when everybody now runs away, but I want to tell you something perfect, quick, before I bounce finally. I'm so happy for Ndibo, because of the type of spirit we have. I also like that a lot of us, Ndibo, find out that we made a mistake. Now, a lot of us give these people this backing now. We used to be on this space back in the days, and now I call sorts of bullshit. They didn't know it would get to this level where the people they gave these guns, they can't collect it again. You feel me? They didn't know, but I like the spirit of Ndibo, how everybody's now, coming back home. Bro, come to the bubble, man. People, they do that thing, regardless of this, these animals and their stupid animal behavior. Everywhere, don't they, what's it called again? Businesses are beginning to move away the bubble, proper. This is the thing I like about our people. The people who went to Enugu the other day, you can see testimonies everywhere. Ndibo Bashirike, man. You feel me? This is the thing I like about us, even after all this thing with these people do. I like as people they support them in the past, don't find ourselves more this one animal behavior. This nigga can't lead you nowhere. I don't even know how these niggas were able to convince these guys. Like, they look Simon Epka, they look Nigerian government. How that fight is not even a healthy fight. How? My brother, make I don't take on my time too much. Impact, thank you. I'm here. Yeah, I'm here, man. Impact, is it just me or I think you the crack?
Imperfect, are you speaking? I can't hear you. It's just me.
Mr. Imperfect, please allow me to just quickly say this. Yeah, before I disappear. And I just want to quickly say this to correct a notion. The Nigerian government does not go after sympathizers. The Nigerian government does not go after people that discuss Biafra. The Nigerian government does not even go after people that are asking for Biafra. The Nigerian government go after criminals, people that are committing criminal offenses. Terrorism is a criminal offense under Nigerian law, under Finnish law, under most of, if not all, the countries' laws in the globe. Most of the offenses that were alleged against this man are actual criminal offenses. Yeah, the Nigerian government go after criminals, people that have committed criminal offenses or are suspected to have committed criminal offenses. Let's stop painting Nigerian government as some sort of draconian entity that is going after people because they are talking. No. Nigeria, no matter how Nigeria looks, Nigeria is a country with laws. Yes, sometimes our security forces don't obey the laws, but they don't just jump because somebody is talking, they just jump after them. That's not how it's done. You have to be suspected of committing an actual offense. an offense that has been defined under criminal code that is an offense, that's when they come after you. Yeah. I am really tired of people coming up to this to paint Nigeria government as all. That's not what they really do. Really, that's not what they do. They check and look that the person has committed an offense, and then they come after that person. Yeah. So because you're talking about Biafra, does not mean that you have not talking about Biafra is not a criminal offense under Nigerian laws. Yeah. Killing people, maiming people, dislocating people, causing chaos in the environment, those are criminal offenses. Yeah. Those are criminal offenses, and the Nigerian government will come after you.
Okay, Biadu, this is it. And nobody is disputing that fact. Biadu, nobody is disputing that fact. But what we are trying to say is that these guys are accomplices.
Who is this?
Jesus. So am I audible?
You are being interrupted by a book.
And Barrister, let me tell you, it's Nigerian law, it's APC law. Now, just in case you don't know, the former president had this very disdain or some kind of bitter, or should I say hatred for Igbo. In case you don't know, I'm make you know. The way they massacred those in the southeast during his administration. I don't know how to explain it, but if you know, you know. The crime the former president committed in the southeast. Even CNN, when somebody from CNN or BBC was asking him, he said as at then it was necessary to do those things and blah blah blah. It's enough to cause that uproar. But then two wrongs cannot make a right. We are right, but there is Nigerian law and there's APC law. You know? Which
one the APC law again?
The Nigerian law is APC law. Oh, thank you for your submission. I beg. I've been talking about this like me. Thank you so much. There's Nigerian law, there's APC law. You know. Now, Reno Omokri woke up one morning. That guy. Those from South used to be very intelligent and very smart, you know, and very wise. But that guy is the only foolish person from South I've ever seen in my life. He woke up one morning, begin to do video. Abuja to Kaduna is now safe. There is no bandits, there are no terrorists, blah 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 blah. Yesterday they go kidnap some people on that same road, kill some people on that same road. Must they always this eye service they are doing? It is not doing us any good. Now look at Aerofight's interview. Was it yesterday or like 2 days ago? That they are paying media houses not to say what is going on in Nigeria. Insecurity and everything. I pity the person that become the next president of Nigeria after Tinubu. I swear to God, because that person has lots to do, to be sincere. You should be next. After you should be Blumia, then Remazi, then Akaya. I beg that from. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Let me start by responding to Abiodun. Abiodun, I think it is not, correct to say Nigerian government is not barbaric, and I am saying this not because of what I have seen here. I think across the country under Buhari, if you look at how this guy from Kano State and his religious group were treated. What's his name again? This Shiite group.
That man name they difficult to pronounce. Zaki something.
Zaki. Thank you. El Zaki. No country in 21st century treats citizens like that. None. People were slaughtered, and there is somehow a way to justify it. Across the country, so when some police officers were killed in Delta State. Military officers. Nigerian military went on a reprisal attack. It's not heard anywhere. You don't do reprisal. A state institution, state actor doing reprisal attack. And when you go to communities, especially in the Southeast, it's easy to stay very far away from the theater of this insecurity and say Nigerian security agents or agencies are innocent of some of the accusations. They are not. I was on a radio program, a PPRO, I asked him, please define a crime scene. Imperfect, if you know Oji very well, at least you know the size of Oji. I asked him, if something happens at Oji flyover, define the crime scene, tell me the radius. This guy said the entire Oji is a crime scene on air. So when anything happens in these communities, every youth on site, especially the young men there, become their suspects. And when they label you a terrorist, you know what follows. So the fact that IPOB in their crimes still enjoyed some level of support is because some local, as in so many communities, see them as greater evil. I'm telling you the truth. I have seen firsthand how terrible IPOB is, but security agencies are seen in these communities as greater evil. These are people's realities, not a folk tale. But as Imperfect said, two wrongs cannot make a right. And I tell you, as somebody who lives in the Southeast, that I don't think since after the Civil War, a bigger calamity than IPOB has befallen the Southeast. And I blame the Southeast, the entire society in the Southeast. If you see the way the Northeast, fell apart, it didn't just start when Boko Haram came up. The ingredients were there. So in the Southeast, I believe the conditions were favorable for these guys to operate. It revealed two critical things for me. One is there is no state. When you hear security, they don't exist. They exist when they attack civilians and very weak, criminal groups. If you have what it takes, you will take on the government. I'm telling you, government institutions were sacked. Police stations were sacked from their communities, from rural communities. Government responsibilities were suspended. Do you know the excuse Imo State government gave for 4 years for not conducting local government election? The excuse was insecurity. So if these guys could stop government from doing their work, that tells you they are very weak. In the Northwest, you see government trying to pacify the bandits. You don't pacify criminals if from position of strength. It is because institutions of government are so weak. Secondly, and most importantly, that somebody like Simon Ekpa would have followers tells you one thing: our educational system is failing us. The people we thought are educated lack the ability to critically analyze the situation. If you follow Simon Ekpa and listen to him closely, you will wonder how he is able to convince anyone with half a brain cell to go on this voyage with him. That's my worry. We lack the ability to critically think. How do you hand power to a non-state actor? You lack the power to hold accountable. When this thing was, coming up, I was warning people, and it was not even safe to criticize them down here. So I was telling people, remember what happened when Bakassi came up? Bakassi was very popular, but because they were non-state actors and there were no instruments to hold them accountable, when they went rogue, it became hell. They became worse than the people, the criminals they came to fight. And that's exactly what happened with these boys. Ordinarily, the youths, Imo State is the unemployment capital of the country. So when you have a good number of young people who have no job, the government has no programs for them, they are not engaged, anything becomes an option. And the criminal elements found, a platform to operate. That's why somebody will boldly tell you. Simon Ekpa was making argument on spaces here that the cracking down, the destruction of Southeast economy will hurt Nigeria. And he took it, as a win for himself. The fact that Southeast economy is locked down, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes 3 days, He felt it was a win. No one, let me repeat, no one with half a brain cell will make such argument. But then he had followers. So these boys, the society failed them. It is very difficult to make them see what they're destroying because they have no stake in what you think is our common good. The so-called common good never cared about them, never protected their interests. They took up arms. Everything they find in their way, they destroy because all of us are their enemies. These are the two things we must take away. Each time we criticize hip hop, remember these boys have been for almost forever. Nobody cared about them. They have taken up arms. Criticizing them will not solve the problem. And when I listen to somebody like Hakokaria, I don't get angry any longer. I see the gap. The urgency to educate the minds of young people in the Southeast so that they can make independent assessment and analysis of the situation before they follow anybody. I think they are equally victims. But it is only a fool who drinks poison and hope he kills his enemy. And I think that's what IPOB is doing. Our young, ones are in secondary schools, they can't even write external exams. Any day, these guys decide to shut down the Southeast, and they have no problem with it. So there is a huge gap. Instead of attacking somebody like Hakokaria, I think we should think differently. How do we engage these boys? There are a lot of Hakokarias on the streets who genuinely believe that they have what it takes to fight Nigerian military, right? So how do we begin to engage them constructively rather than always, talking down on them or saying, treating them like they don't want? They do, and they have demonstrated the capacity and will to destroy. So they are very important critical stakeholders in moving Southeast forward. We must constructively engage them. Thank you.
Perfect. I cannot even hear you. I don't know if it's only me.
I don't know
I
what
can't hear him either.
him and his co-host are silent. And the two co-hosts, Neka. No, not they.
But meanwhile, I said after him I should speak, so I don't know if I should go ahead. Can you give me a thumbs up if you want me to go on? Because I can barely hear you.
You can go ahead then.
Like, can you give me a thumbs up if you want me to continue?
Imperfect is not there. He can't hear you. Just go ahead and speak.
Hello, Imperfect. Can you hear me? Just give me 100.
He can't hear you. It seems like you can't even hear us too.
Okay.
Remas, can you hear me?
Well, I don't know if someone can hear me. Abiodun, I wanted to reply to you directly. I want to reply to you directly because of what you said earlier. I'm saying this, and I'm saying it now with every sincere mind in me. The problem of Southeast, the problem in the Southeast, the problem of IPOB was originated and orchestrated by federal government. And I will say it, and I will say it again. The evil Tinubu did. I'm sorry, not Tinubu. The evil, the last vice president, the last president of Nigeria, former president of Nigeria, what's his name? Buhari. The evil he did in the Southeast, it is only God who judge him. It is only posterity and nature who judge him. And then the betrayal from some governors from Southeast, people like Dave Omahi, Hope Uzodinma, these two governors, they started some of the evil. They helped Buhari to cause evil in the Southeast. And these 6 years, they gave Simon Epka. To be honest, it is not fair. I mean, sorry, it is too small for me. He's supposed to collect not less than 50 years imprisonment. He's supposed to collect. This guy they used him in destroying Southeast. Southeast, I don't support anybody. I don't belong to any organization. I'm saying my own the way it's penning me. Southeast used to be one of the bubbling region in Nigeria, whereby you can go and enjoy yourself. After toiling and hustling in the snow, at the end of the day, you come back to Southeast, you buy the biggest car, you build the best house, you enjoy yourself. 2 a.m. Would they come out from all they go over to go enjoy our life? 2 a.m., 1 a.m. person they road they go over from all. But now, even 6 o'clock safe, even 5 o'clock, drive better car now. Your relatives go they call you for phone. I see you pass. I beg, go park that car. Go park that car. Because of the way they turn Southeast to. Now, why did I say that? Why did I say that Buhari caused the problem of Southeast? Buhari woke up one morning because he didn't receive enough vote from the Southeast. He felt like he can attack them back. Because he felt like somebody from the Southeast is telling him things he don't need to hear. He felt like he can attack them back. And now, some governors that are hungry for power fell prey to that. We all know how this insecurity started. We all know how the Fulanis entered the bush, was raping our women, was killing people in the farm from Benue to Enugu. They were killing people in the farm, raping our women. Life was miserable for us in the Southeast. What happened? Nnamdi Kanu said, okay, since the federal government is not ready to provide security, we will create Eastern Security Network and send them inside the bush to go and start fighting these bandits. Because remember, this problem started from Ruga, and the federal government was not ready to do anything. If you are complaining, they fed deaf ear, just like this thing that is happening between Dangote truck and Nigerian citizens now. If you complain, everybody will keep quiet. At the end of it, Eastern Security Network was established. They were sent inside the bush. That was when Omahi and Hope Uzodinma and the rest of them remember that they will form a Ebubagan. That was when they remember that they will form their own security network and send them inside the bush. And the Ebubagan they formed, instead of fighting the Fulanis, they start fighting ESN. That was how the problem started. Before you know it, Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. Having him inside the jail, Simon Epka came on board. He unleashed his terror on these boys. All the criminals inside the jail, there was a jail breakout in the prison in Owerri. All the criminals in the Southeast, the hell was let loose. All of them, they carried arms. And that was how Southeast turned to terror. Okay, you were having Nnamdi Kanu under your custody. Release him. They started from Monday sit at home. Okay, release him. If you release him, the insecurity still continues. We now know what next to do. Everybody begged this man, release Nnamdi Kanu. Even when he came to Ebonyi State, release Nnamdi Kanu. He said it is only the courts that have the final say. And the courts declared the man innocent, and he still hold him down. Even up to now that we are speaking. And everybody kept quiet as if nothing is happening. Now, some people will come out and they will tell you that I have a priest friend that was in one of these places. They will send Nigerian military. They will send as if there is a civil war. Go to some of all these places. They have run away from their village. The youth don't stay there any longer. Once you are a youth, they will come and kill you. The only people you will see there is maybe all these old women. That is the only people you will see there. You can never see a youth again. Even as we are talking now, even as me and you is still talking, in as much as the insecurity have reduced, yes, we know. But uncodely, a lot of shit is still going on here. Because they say that when the falconer cannot hold the falconer, things will fall apart. The bad boys in the Southeast have used the opportunity to unleash terror on the people of the Southeast. The one that pained me the most is this guy they call what's that his name, McVie or what? That movie producer, that young guy, just at New Haven Junction, by 7 p.m., they came there and took him from his car in front of police checkpoint. At the end of it, on Sunday, his body was found dead. This is how kidnapping is still going on in many towns in the southeast, on code. A lot of things is still happening because of who Simon Ekpa caused in the southeast. Because these people have let loose. I remember when Sullivan was governor of Enugu State, he met these bad boys. He told them, I give you 24 hours to leave the state. He said to them and declared state of emergency. That was the end of insecurity. But all those boys are back to Enugu and other states. Go to Anambra State. Look at what is happening in Anambra State. Every time they want to do election, since this insecurity started, now so that they can keep people up and down. And people feel like everything is all right. Insecurity have made people to, in fact, if you are living in Southeast, if you wake up in Southeast, you are living in Southeast, and you wake up and go out and come back, you thank your God. Because once you are leaving your house, you are not certain of what will happen next. Anything can happen. You might be walking on the streets, people will be robbing people. They will feel it's a normal thing. People will be videoing. They will call it normal thing because they are used to that. Imperfect. Let me end here. Thank you.
Charge of this space. Can I go now? I think I can go now. Morati, I can't hear you. You're just saying your. Can I go now? Okay, I'm seeing your signs, guys. I don't know what is wrong with your network. Imperfect. After collecting your $5,000, yet you're not able to have strong network. Nick, I'm sure Neka's network is good, but unfortunately, it appears she's not on the space right now. Anyway, good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, everybody, wherever you are. Good morning for those who are still in America. Simon Ekpa back 6 years prison time. What next for IPOB? I think I need to focus more on what next for IPOB because I'm tired of all this back and forth because most times we do things like those in Agaro school. On Simon Ekpa, I didn't expect otherwise because his action did not show that he meant well. He didn't show that he didn't even know what he was doing in the first place. I remember we dragged him here and the only time I interacted with him, it was very, very silly. Okay, he has other agendas that does not even align with the whole IPOB thing. But what next for IPOB? I think it's time for, will I say the founders of IPOB or the members of IPOB to have a rethink of their approach to whatever ambition they are chasing. If I'm correct, IPOB was supposed to be a non-violent organization agitating for a separate state of Biafra. There's nothing wrong with agitation. There's nothing wrong with agitating for Biafra. I keep saying that. The only thing is there are modalities for agitation globally. And if you are going to be a non-violent organization, you need to be it to the core. In addition, you cannot just be chasing agitation and be a pressure group only. Agitation is a political movement. So what it means is that you have to make political moves. Let me put it like that. You have to make political moves. Has IPOB made any political move? Unfortunately, the Imperfect. What's going on? You're muted. Can anyone hear me?
Not me or not me. You should be one of my co-hosts. Please, not me. Sorry.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So unfortunately, IPOB has not been able to metamorphose. Until date, they still operate like a pressure group. And then I begin to wonder, why do you have to keep doing the same thing that you've done in the past? I remember this whole phase of agitation kick-started in 1999 by Wazuike. and it has lasted for 26 years, if I'm correct. So what it means is for 26 good years, we've had multiple groups yearn for agitation or a sovereignty for Biafra in the southeast, but unfortunately, they've not been able to make any significant progress. They all end up like a pressure group. I don't think that is what I don't think this is how we are going to achieve a Biafra, even in the next 100 years. So here's my suggestion. For those who still feel, because again, this question should not just be for IPOB alone. I know there are still a couple of people who are nursing Biafra agitation. I know many of them are here. They might not come in the form of IPOB. They might come with other groups. Please try and make political moves. I was arguing with somebody the other day when he said they don't want to participate in politics. Then I asked, okay, surprisingly, by any magic wand, you have your Biafra tomorrow. Who is going to inherit the political structure within the Biafra territory? He was quiet. So this is why you need to make political moves. Now, what is making political moves? You already have your pressure group. You have been able to sensitize people enough about why you want the Biafra. You have preached an utopia for them already. Many of them have bought into this. That is why a number of them are radicalized. They want to die for it, for its cause. There are many people who want to die for Biafra cause today. But that is not enough. The next move should be, how do you make sure that you start taking charge of politics within your territory? You know what you want. You know the kind of nation that you envision. You know the kind of development that you have in your head. Now it's time for you to build a political movement to make sure that you may not necessarily, you don't need to have your own political party. You can still join political parties that you have today, and make sure that you elect people, you participate in the whole political process. It is not going to be Uhuru. Imagine you have 15 senators from the Southeast. Let's even say that the whole Biafra thing is about the Southeast alone. And you have 15 senators, and 30% or even 50% of that senators, let's say 7 senators, are pro-Biafra. That is a bold step already. You have 10 House of Rep members that are pro-Biafra. You're already making your journey very, very easy for you. Because through that way, yes, you will argue in the parliament, but again, it's going to enable you to have the opportunity to engage people globally. Because remember, political actors have a way of engaging each other from across the world, be it in the West, be it in Asia, be it here in Africa. You can boldly make statements on behalf of the people you are agitating for, on behalf of the people, and say, this is the kind of thing that we envision. It is not Ogunangba. But the thing is that I think a lot of the people, especially the ones who are very, very vocal about the whole Biafra, are very lazy, mentally lazy. So in their mind, they are not saying, they think that, oh, just because I'm angry about something and I'm expressing my anger, it is enough to achieve self-determination in the era of today. That is not enough. Going about instigating fear or causing mayhem we are not going to achieve any Biafra with it. You're going to end up like Congo. You hear about the rebels in Congo. You're going to end up like Central African Republic. You're going to end up like our closest neighbor, the Amazonians in Cameroon. Because when you do that, you give room for non-state actors, even other people who don't even care about your agitation, to come in and milk even people from within Nigeria will come and milk your resources. As you are doing your agitation, people in Abuja are discussing how to mine your oil and gas, and they are doing it successfully. So I believe we've learned a couple of lessons from this whole, gimmick that has happened for 26 years. And then now to every other person in the Southeast. It's very easy for us to throw accusing finger or point accusing finger to anybody because that is the easiest thing we know how to do. Oh, and that problem, this is the time for us to especially some of those who believe in the whole concept, including myself, that believe in the whole concept of we can achieve whatever thing we want, even in Nigeria. It is time for us to organize ourselves. It's time for us to be even more serious, to be serious about politics and governance in the Southeast. If you had credible leaders in the Southeast, non-state actors will not hijack your territory, the smallest region in the whole country. If you had credible leaders since 1999, the people would not have been so disappointed in the system that somebody just using a radio would brainwash all of them, and then they will buy into his idea. Not just buy into his idea, are willing to die for it. That you did not fall into it is just a stroke of luck. One event might happen tomorrow in Nigeria, and you want to also die for it. So Simon Ekpa is out of the game right now. I'm not going to say anything about what people say, oh, 50 years. I don't care. At least lessons have been learned, right? Because we said this method you're using now is not going to help us. This is the repercussion. This is the likely consequences for you. He refused to listen. So today he has been arrested. He was supposed to be the celebrated Prime Minister of Biafra when they declared their supposed independent state in Finland last year. But he was in detention. Now he has gotten 6 years. At least what it means is that in the next 6 years, by 2031, right? So probably by 2031, the next election, not this election, the second election after 2027, that is when he probably will resurface again. By then, he would have learned his lesson. And I also believe that this will also be a lesson to every other person that wants to toe the path of Simon Ekpa. But for all of us, there's something that is still happening that I think we need to nip in the bud. I remember the conversation last year was that if we get Simon Ekpa, the insecurity in the Southeast is going to stop. Unfortunately, the insecurity has not stopped. The question is why? Still boils down to what I said earlier. Lack of governance in the Southeast. Our politicians are not serious. They are not doing their job. If I critique the government today, any of the state governors today, or any of the politicians today in the Southeast, I'll be picked up in the next 48 hours. Be it DSS, irrespective of anywhere I am. But we have people who are now revealing their faces. They even tell you where they are operating from. They carry out heinous crimes. They even video it live. They share it on social media. But they are working free in the Southeast. Oh, 8 years ago, it was very, very easy when young people were protesting in the Southeast and you see military officers go and start gunning down people. This month will make it 8 years that Buhari launched Operation Python Dance in the Southeast, which is the single action that led to the insecurity we have in the Southeast today. That single action led to the insecurity we have in the Southeast today. In 1 week, we lost more than 500 Igbo youths in Umuahia and Aba. Now, the same government is unable to go after criminals. Even when the people are saying these people are criminals, go after them, they are not able to go after them. In Okigwe axis, in Olu axis, those places have become impenetrable by the Nigerian government forces. The same government that was flying planes in Olu axis way back in 2021. They were flying military jets and helicopters looking for agitators. Why are they longer running that operation in the Southeast? So it tells you that something fishy is going on. Simon Ekpa is out of the scene. Can you go after those criminals? Somebody opened arm on 3 youths the other day, a week ago. What are they waiting for? Is it me that is on social media that will go after that person? Or the people in that community, are they giving those criminals refuge? So the people in government need to do their job. The state governments need to sit up. They need to come together, unite, and make sure they fish out the remaining criminals. so that we can have lasting peace in the Southeast. If this thing goes beyond December, then the government will also, that's a clear evidence. In all of this killing that happened recently, has any of them issued a statement? As the Imo State governor, imperfect, your governor has issued a statement? The chief police officer in your state, has them issued any statement condemning that very action and saying they are going to find solution to it? So, Simon Ekpa is no longer in the scene. Now it's time for us to deal with the criminals. And if the people in government are not willing to deal with the criminals, it's also a sign that Naka had the Nifenemen. And it's becoming obvious Naka had the Nifenemen. So that's the point that I want to make. So we all have collective responsibility to nip this in the bud. We've called out IPOB. I think to a great extent they have been decimated. But the criminals that are still there, wherever they are in the Southeast, needs to be dealt with. So if the people in government are not willing to deal with them, then they must come and tell us too why they are protecting those people. Thank you very much, Imperfect.
Impact, you called me.
Yeah, Kukaria, you
Thank
can go.
you. Once again, you know, everyone has taken a position when it comes to this matter. That is what I discover, especially on this app. Some might try to sound fences. Sometimes they like neither here nor there. But generally, if you are not blaming the Nigerian government for not securing lives and property in any part of the country, you don't know what you are talking about. You cannot live in America, in Cape Town, in London, and be saying non-state actors are doing 1, 2, 3. You have failed. So the reason why we are not discussing it is because we are blacks. That is why we are enslaved. You ignore the important thing and you're discussing fallacy. The important thing in a working country should be, where are the police? Fulani herdsmen killing in Benue, killing everywhere, constituting nuisance. When it comes to an Igbo, it is Igbo people killing themselves. Igbo people come on space and amplify it. Instead of you saying, like someone who is honest, who are the people securing our land? If you cannot do the job, you let us know. How hard can this be? And now this thing of, people are look for the slightest chance to say, Igbo people, you don't respect your elders. What is it with people on Twitter going contrary with what is obtainable on ground in Igbo and Igbo? You cannot have P2B saying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released. Obi of Onitsha saying it. Soludo himself went to Abuja just after he was elected. Say, give him to me. He's popular. The people love him. They listen to him. If it's a country that sees you as one, because the thing is about enemy, about you are domineering, about let's put you in your place, but you fail to see it. Yes, if it's a country that loves you, you'll be like, okay, prominent people have come out to say it. Farambaka was also campaigning for Buhari in a way. He has also come out to say, please, Nnamdi, almost all his second sermon. Anybody is free to interject. If anything I'm saying is lie, just interject and say, this you have said is a lie. I don't mind. If once you're on the speaker section, you are free to say, Akokaria, this one you have said is a lie. But I will speak the truth. prominent Igbo people have this position of release this guy. Let us see. But you come on Twitter, you make it seem as if an urchin like you make it seem like you are the voice, like you know better than Peter Obi, for instance, who have maintained his position that he lives with IPOB, they are not terrorists. They are people he see every day. Since when? Terrorists from where to where? You undermine the power of Nigerian government to cause chaos just to keep that country one, and the level of lies they can, what the propaganda they can push. I wouldn't be surprised after some time come out to hear maybe Epka was working for them, just like the DOS are alleging. Because I want to be naive on that. I just want to be blind. Once you talk about getting Biafra and freeing us from the quagmire, see, an Igbo person is in deep problem with the Nigerian state. It's the double standard that stinks, that pains. When it comes to you, it's different. And you must acknowledge that fact. It's not fair. I must reiterate this point, imperfect. It's not fair that talking heads like me and you come on space and act like we know better than Igwe Achebe of our nature. We should have one voice. When you come in Yoruba land, what's his name? So Yinka will say Peter Obi is Bajwa. You hardly see any Yoruba people coming to criticize him. Oba of Lagos will say he will drown Igbo in Lagos. They will not amplify it. But when Peter Obi says he is going to negotiate with any agitator, he is not in the business of calling people terrorists. Why don't you pick that as an Igbo person? What agenda do you have? Do you think it is by muti, by juju that Igbo people, like in the majority, are sympathetic to IPOB? Such that churches, Catholic churches, big ones, I'm not making anything up. I'm talking about adoration ground in Enugu. Your Ebuka be in Lagos now. You see him from time to time in his sermon, he's chipping and they can here and there. And you see the crowd go gaga. So what is it now with you here? An unknown quantity. It doesn't make sense. And that same logic is this logic of, it's akin to you from Labour Party going to contest election with APC. Lying to yourself. They are in the same WhatsApp group. They know that they're going to be beaten on the day of election. But they just want to go and try their luck. Then the other one says, you must go through the political way. Now, Peter Obi in 8 months came out, says he wants to become the president. People ran under him. Nigerian standard is pure. I'm telling you guys, I can't take it away from him. The one in Lagos from Benue State, he won, he beat Banky W. Now he's a member of APC. None of you are talking about it because you are in Nigeria. You were easily enslaved because of the way you reason. You form a platform, it's either they rig you out, or when that person uses that platform to get to the power, what do? They join the oppressor. It's not, I'm not telling you what happened 10 years ago. I'm telling you about this moment now. Kita now. What are you people coming to argue on spaces? So do you think ANC, if they didn't form their arm wing of Nkonto Wesizwe, do you think apartheid could have ended? Even Obasanjo suggested it to them that they should form arm wings and use juju to go and bring out Mandela. There are things. Let me tell you guys what you don't know. Nigeria was created with force, with war. If need be that, see, that our generation does not come and become a generation that see out like MC Oluomo as role models. We have to die. It's as simple as that. You cannot live the kind of life we are living in Nigeria. Let me tell you, an average Igbo person your life is at stake. Your property is at stake. They flaunt it for you. You have a diaspora chairperson. See, I can keep on going on and on. You have a diaspora chairperson who is bigoted, who tells you that all the drug dealers in outside Nigeria are Igbo people. Meanwhile, was you the musician must be forgiven for trying to hijack a plane. And then when there's a Yoruba chief who was convicted of drug or fraud recently, she didn't mention it. You are fighting with people who are showing you brazenly that, see my plan for you. And you as an Igbo person, you come on space and you are disturbing us. The other one says his name in America, he opens up spaces. He says he lives in Onitsha. He was telling people in his space that in Onitsha is too bad, that out of every 10, 9 is in support of Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. In Onitsha, where you host your spaces. So 90% according to you. So why are you coming out to space to make it as if Igbo people are rejecting IPOB? To what end? What are you trying to achieve? Because we should be hearing things like Father Mbaka say, hey, IPOB, you are the one killing us. You attracted military from Zamfara. They are now killing us because of your agitation. Because you cannot put it that way. You don't have shame to come and say, IPOB, you attracted Fulani army to come and be killing your brothers. And then you don't say they are killing people. Instead of you to say, the army, Asarido Kubo, have come out on TV to say, with AK-40, wielding gun, to say, I was contracted to kill Igbo. Which other tribe is going to take that? I've lived in Nigeria for well over 15 years. I don't know how you people do your things anymore. I'm sorry. I don't reason like the way you guys reason. That's why I'm agitated this way. Because you can't tell me you absorb the people who say they want to come and secure you. And you are calling non-state actors just because you don't want Biafra. Biafra is not aggressive. Biafra is where we hope, a home where we have dignity. Where someone won't tell you that this land I sold to you and you can feel it, I'm going to collect it and nothing will happen. If it happened to Peter Obi, who the hell am I? I am not going to be telling you things you like or things that are not there. I am pointing out to things that is happening concurrently that is affecting me as an Igbo person. So this issue of trying to digress and push away, try to, confuse us by absolving the person you have to hold accountable. We have gone past it. Simon Ekpa is carrying his cross. If he's genuine, he's going to yield. Just like our leader said recently in court. It's a recent video that he is going to be the last Igbo person to be maltreated in Nigeria. We are not asking for much. We are not asking for much. We are asking for level playing field, equality. It's only in Nigeria here, hey, this tribe is trying to domineering. They are domineering. Do you guys know? Let me tell you guys what you don't know, what is baffling. Do you know Yoruba traders woke up one morning and started protesting in Ladipo, making video? Tinubu can't help us. Igbo people don't buy the whole shops. How can that be? In the same country, you are making video. No, we cannot have it. We cannot pass this on to our children to come and say, tomorrow, the children of this person will now be coming and lord it over you. If you want us to be in Nigeria, We be in Nigeria as Nigerians, and there will be no problem. Someone like me, I don't even have issue. But the issue of you don't check me as a Nigerian first. You profile me from this place and determine how you treat me. No, it's better we go to Biafra. If I see me in Nigeria, you see me as a foreigner. It's not a big ask anywhere. I have lived in South Africa. They value freedom. So it's been imbibed in me already. They value freedom, Ubuntu. I'm telling you guys. So it pains me that, yes, forget about what you hear on the TV. Yes, there are a couple of places where you have all those chemistries, but normally where people mix up in South Africa, you have your right. It pains me that as an Igbo person, I'm able to own a house without being harassed in South Africa, but not in certain places in Nigeria. It cannot be normal with me. Sorry. I'm begging you guys. I'm sorry. So the fear now is that it will pass down to my children. So it's not something you come and be fighting me. Say, So let me end by saying our people we understand what is happening. You cannot on your TV see people be tweeting that the house he has owned for close to 2 decades just bulldozed and are building. It will be easy to sell Biafra to that person. You guys are joking. Yes. It's not a difficult something. So if you want, perfect 30 seconds, if you want, accept it. If you want, don't accept it. If you want, that is your business. Majority, see, if the Igbo nation is 40%, 0.5% of 40% is about 2 million. If 2 million people come out to say they don't want Biafra, it is a large number. But 99.something%, we are tired of this back and forth. I'm telling you, we are tired. So if you see me in Lagos, do as you wish. Or become election, you come and beat me, go back to Anambra. Tomorrow you say, you must be in Nigeria. If I say, leave me, you say, who you? Tomorrow, don't vote. Tomorrow, come back. We are one. Are you kidding me? For how long? I beg, imperfect. Good night. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Please, can I speak? Hello. Is the host still there? Okay. It's like everybody just slept on this guy's sermon. The host, co-host, is anybody there? Yeah. Like everybody just slept on this guy's sermon.
Hi, thank you for being here.
Bro, go on. We can
As a
hear you.
topic,
Don't
you
mind
can
us. We can
see
hear you. Sorry.
just people giving their opinions based
No, I
on
don't
what's
know.
been in the news
It
today.
looked like the last person
That
actually made
Simon
everybody to
Epka
just
has been
sleep.
sentenced
Maybe they were not interested in what
by
he was
Finnish
actually
court
saying.
for 6 years.
Really sad.
So this is
Simon
his face
Ekpa back 6
on
years prison
Twitter,
term
and
is
as you can
best
see,
news I've heard.
the
That
reactions
guy
are
is a
mixed.
terrorist.
So
A very, very
here, some people are for Biafra, some people are not for Biafra. So
no one thing with
it just depends on which side of the divide that you're standing on. So in case you're wondering what is happening here, just people giving their opinions and their reactions about Simon Ekpa's imprisonment, and obviously about Biafra, about what's going on in the southeast and all that.
they always give you a reason why they are terrorists. If you call Shekau or Boko Haram and ask him, why are you a terrorist? And he sits down and gives you a reason of how he wants to form an Islamic caliphate whereby they will govern their people according to the law of Muhammad and everything, and whereby maybe Borno State has some level of Christianity there. In a way, if you're part of the locals there, you might fall for it. That is why they gain popularity in parts of Maiduguri. That is terrorism for you. If you call this guy Al Qaeda person Osama bin Laden and ask him why is he a terrorist? Why is he fighting the cause of Islam? With terrorism, and he start talking about Israel as a Zionist nation and how they've been destroying Palestinians, how American has been going about their this thing on other foreign countries. You put some justification to it. A terrorist always backs up their violence and intimidation with justification of injustice. Go and quote me and everywhere. Look, the difference is that yes, there's injustice, but how do you approach it? That is what we are supposed to be talking about. How do you approach this injustice? Are you going to approach injustice with violence and intimidation of your own people, and then you want us to listen to you? And then you now come and you start justifying it that's the reason why you are formed. My wife is from Lilo. There's this place they call Lilo. It's in Ihiala. Her grandmother has fled from Lilo because of the atrocities of Simon Ekman and Nnamdi Kanu. She doesn't stay in that place. She has abandoned her farm. She's now staying in Orifite. That's where she stays, and she comes and she operates there. This bunch of terrorists have destroyed that community called Lilo in Ihiala. They've destroyed all the old transformers. They've burned the traditional ruler's house. So the people that even have mansions, they've occupied their mansions. They've damaged all the old roads. The church very close to our house right now is almost like a camp for these terrorists. Everybody has fled. Nobody goes to that Catholic church. And then here we are sitting down listening to some people come to justify terrorism because there's injustice in Nigeria. Of course, that is how terrorists sound. And you want me to be happy? Go to Lilo now, tell them anything about Biafran agitation, and so that they will not stone you. See, the thing is this: IPOB is losing popularity in the Southeast. That wave that they have in 2020, 2021, you see people coming out. That energy that they have, that people are always coming out, even without you asking them, they're coming out to them. It has doing that. It has dwindled. It is not like the way it was before. It has not gotten to that zero level. Yes, we know that, but it has dwindled. That passion, that zeal, people don't have it anymore the way it was at the height of their popularity. And somebody is here saying that where is that they have political wing of and they have the violent wing. This IPOB, did they even agree to even form a political wing? In Ireland, they have what they call Sinn Féin. They have the Irish Republican Army. The Sinn Féin was the political arm of the Irish Republican Army. So you're actually looking for a political solution, and this. But what you have in IPOB is somebody that will just wake up, tell people that if you come out on a Monday or you come out on a certain day, you will die. His own people was intimidating. The insult that we get in Lagos, I am in Lagos State right now. That's why most of us, I don't even regard all this Nigerian in diaspora. The insults we get from people in Lagos State is because of the humiliation that IPOB are giving us. Imagine somebody telling you to go back that where you're coming from, they make your mother to sit at home on Monday or sit at home on these certain days of the week. Whereby there's some communities are deserted. Who would respect you if your own house is filtered with violence, intimidation? Nobody respects somebody who does not take care of his own home. My mother will say that, look, a stranger coming to your home, if you don't keep your home neat, anybody that comes to your home, anybody that wants to come to your home will treat your home like death.
In the US had the Igbo Congress behind him that they were raising funds for him. But you don't have money to do diplomacy in the sense to spread your message worldwide because The federal government have given you guys the necessary tool you needed. The last thing IPOB needed at that point in time was formation of an armed group. They had every single card on the table. They had all cards at their disposal to play. They can play this, it will yield results. They can play lobbying, it will yield results. They can play spreading their talking points on federal government human rights abuses. They will score their goal. They will play this, they will score goal. They will play that, they will score goal. But to know all the cards on the table, they never want, it was never interesting to them. Rather, now what happened to the killing in the IPOB now? I want to ask them, okay, what is happening now? Rather, instead of becoming the solution, you've become the major problem of the Southeast. Instead of becoming the solution, you are not the problem now the Southeast is facing right now. The Fulani, you guys keep on parroting all the time. So there are no more Fulani terror activities, headers activities happening in. I don't even want to be tagging tribe. So there are no more headers activity happening in the Southeast. No more. Where are your voices now? Those voices, every single time you come on different platform, you'll be talking for money tonight. So the Southeast is now safe from all the presumed people that want to come and conquer us, all the presumed conquerors.
Benjamin, let me say this. If you go up and here, but sometimes by that a wap of arrow track. If I name the kita na buy na kidnap mmadụ, na-egbu mmadụ, na-rape people, bụ ụmụ ESN na ndị otu Nnamdi Kanu in the name of ESM, unknown gunmen, angels, name it, BLM. That's what is happening right now. But previously, there was a huge Fulani activity. I'm not saying they were kidnapping, but they were running people's farms over with impunity. And you cannot argue this. They were. Obiano on a live video. Why people, na Fulani in an office here, is part of their chamber. Obono 1 year. Na number you pay 500,000. A formulate, yes, so I formulate. And I've said it in the Kenya's platform. Only one community is in Hite, Nimo State. I don't know this place in my person. But no get hope who's on my batase. And with this community, I remember this very one. Therefore, I need run over. The community got upset. Where whoa, or the Kahibu tie here. Coffee bulletin. Hope who's on make sure that this community, poor people with 8 million, and pay this flag. So these things today, come on, it was handle here. Now, it overbeat is that horse. But I did not see my phone. When we are following you, withdrew. Of course, India, I just name of you. So you must not throw that history away. Because people will not tell by now. You must not throw that away. Oh, and when I even Fulani like them, okay, they gently. Or make believe. These are not make believe. Okay? So, man, the point is, ndị kwesịrị ịrụ ọrụ a zonasi si n'okpuru na-akwado ekperima Nnamdi Kanu. What happened now? Okay, ha bute ESN now. Do we know about ESN? All I know about ESN bụ na onwe ndị ọsọ ọ na-akwa uniform, which I asked him, in a quite uniform even dear, Fagan on Ilo, Kavagan on email, Kavaga, Agafufa visibly, na Biafran land. Or some baron of ya, Kavayano, where's a Canadian qualified uniform? Because he qualified uniform, Ella Tagofa. That's the only thing I know about before I form here. But this group and World Igbo Congress and other Igbo groups, naked and near you go. Kavabia, Imano Echichi, no one can Ibunisian, Bifegia and Ata. Hammy Potebefano. Hijack everything. Praise you. None they can unify video and we're 2 million army. A lot of them, when the content creators. That's where the whole thing messed up. So continue. I didn't deny they were a full activity. Anyway,
Okay. Mazi Obid, in the Obid, don't be Mikey. I'll get to you. Just let me use 2 minutes to. Anyway, as I was saying, Mazi Obid, listen, I don't deny that fact. Like I was saying about CAD, we have seen the popularity of IPOB. We have seen how popular Nnamdi Kanu is in the Southeast. As that, let's say, all the way from maybe 2015, or maybe I will still go back a little bit, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. If IPOB, in fact, to be very honest, they had all the cards. They had all the cards. They have the international card. They are playing that one perfectly. They were able to launder their image here in Europe. They managed to launder, even with the hate, continuous hate Nnamdi Kanu was preaching over the radio. They managed to launder their image here in Europe. They managed to launder their image across other nations. Now they have that international card. They have lobby card. They have their propaganda card. They have joining and fielding a political party. They have the politics card. Now, we were having the Fulani terror activity, Fulani herdsmen terror activity. Quite all right. I believe that. I don't deny it too. Now, what is stopping the IPOB from, even though you are not going to field yourself on Nnamdi Kanu per se? Nnamdi Kanu, did anybody stop you from opening a political party to right those wrongs, to employ those security forces you so much needed? You can as well start from contesting for a senate on your. They say charity, they say, begins at home. With the popularity Nnamdi Kanu had, or the IPOB, if IPOB people as at the time said, we are fielding this so person for the Anambra State, Enugu State, Imo State, Senator, whatever seat, Ndị Igbo, go and support these people to represent our interests. Nzobidi, are you going to tell me here that Ndị Igbo will not come out en mass and vote the people IPOB choose for them? Ndị Igbo will come out en mass and vote for these people. They had that popularity. In fact, IPOB, they had they were having that force that time. They had that force to say, they were able to convince people to go. I mean, we managed, as a result of IPOB violence, the Southeast gave P2B only 1,800,000 votes. Do you know how many votes we gave Jonathan? We gave Jonathan 7 million. Do you know the reason why P2B got 1.8 million votes in the South? In the entire Southeast, IPOB. They are not going to be part of the solution. The solution somehow, or maybe something we perceive as the solution, they will still jeopardize that one. Nothing else, nothing will work here except us. They can actually play that political card. They can actually say, now, the other time I was having a conversation with Uche Mefo. Uche Mefo said, we tried to field political party. They did not allow us. I asked Uche before, what's the name of the podcast? He said Rising Sun. Sorry guys. He said the name of the political party is Rising Sun. Or maybe Biafra something Rising Sun or thereabout. I have forgotten. So now you want to go and register a political party in our own Nigeria, and you are going to register Rising Sun, or maybe something that relates to Biafra, and you expect the federal government to pass to approve such a name, when you can easily say, okay, let me collapse my IPOB structure with the APOGA, because as we know it, Ojukwu throughout the last days of his life approved APOGA for Ndi Igbo, or maybe Ndi Anambra per se. So what stopped Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB in general to say, even to bring somebody, okay, let's even say Nzeobidi now, they will say, okay, Nzeobidi, come down to Nigeria. I want you to go join APOGA, represent our interests. Or maybe bring entirely somebody that his face is not even out there, somebody that the Igbo people doesn't know, but is an Igbo person. Bring the person out and say, I want you to contest under the platform of APOGA. Contest in Enugu, you contest in Anambra, you contest in Imo State, contest in Ebonyi, contest in Abia, contest both governorship, senatorial seats, and the rest of them. I will use my power here as Nnamdi Kanu or as IPOB people, and I will parrot the narrative. I will tell people to go and support you and vote you. You will go there and represent the you can call it dream. Mike, hold on. But they would have done
it. Was my time. You said 2 minutes, but we've been here like 5 minutes. You understand? I don't actually know that if you participated in Nigeria election, Southeast election at any point in time since the inception of IPOB. And tell me where IPOB, where did I or here on internet, IPOB were gathering on each other, they will gather people from all walks of our labor. And tell me where they have that political influence, political crowd.
They don't have
to determine who covers the states.
They don't have influence, but allegedly somehow Tinubu's family went to meet Nnamdi Kanu. They don't have any influence.
To do what? Okay, to do what? Tell me that thing you give people to do what? I asked you before, to do what? According to what Nnamdi Kanu family reported, to do what exactly?
Am I there with them?
So how did you know that the meeting held?
Because they said it. Because
who said it?
They said it.
Okay, they said they had a family for what? For
my brother, they said it. If you want me to go and
they said they had a meeting. They said they had a meeting. Yes. That's what I'm saying. They said they had a meeting for what to happen now. They just came to say they had a meeting with
Michael, has the TDP met with you or his family met with you?
No.
Don't have any form of relevance. If you believe that these people don't have any
relevance, let me tell you what you don't want to say. According to them, they said they had a meeting. They said they had a meeting so that IPOB should allow the election to hold in the Southeast. My brother, which influence, which dream of getting votes in the Southeast was Tinubu dreaming?
Hold on. I want.
Did IPOB continue?
Hold on.
That's what they said.
I want to see our argument here.
To allow the election hold in the North Southeast.
Michael, see our argument. We are arguing their relevance in the Southeast now. Their relevance is what we are arguing. And I can tell you that I don't know now. I cannot say for a fact now. But back in those days, 2015, 2016, 2017, and this is not a dream. Even till now, there are still...
And I ask you, in which states? In which political... which states?
When you start making this argument, it will look as if
I want you to put it to me on the table.
Michael,
not assumption.
Hold on.
Michael,
I want to say something.
remember that
Benjamin, hold on. Michael, remember that in 2015, IPOB, when you go and look at the numbers, since IPOB started and now kind of started asking people not to vote, they have affected the number of votes that comes out from the Southeast. It had an effect.
You know why? That effect is accumulated out of fear. You know, me and you know what it implies. So people normally will prefer to sit in their home than go and risk going to vote or getting registered in voting. Those that have tried to go register, so what happens is they are attacked, they are killed. You understand?
We can't get the place now is very noisy.
Sorry, when it comes to the actual thing, politics is about grassroots. Politics is about caucus. Politics is about what do you have to offer? Who do you have? In your ward now, in your particular ward, I don't know where you're coming from. Maybe your village, in your ward. If they have 1,000 votes there, you understand? IPUB feed somebody now. In your own particular ward, that person will not get 2/10 of that vote. Or 2/10 of that vote. This is something that people know. Aside the fear that IPUB is, forget the crowd that you see when they gather.
To be
When
very honest,
IPUB
you are the only one on this particular hill.
because I participate politically. I participate politically in the Southeast.
My brother,
Benjamin,
you
please
can
don't
say
forget
that
there are
for
people who have their hands up. Benjamin, don't have their hands up, please.
You said, Michael, you said?
People have their hands up, Benjamin.
Yeah. I want to, don't be offended. Michael.
I was supposed to be my turn, you know that. You said 2 minutes and now you're more than 5 minutes. I just wanted to ask Obi the Obiano and you your question. You understand?
Take your time, then we'll go to, I think Blessed must be here. Then after we'll go to Adela. Go on, Michael.
Okay. What I wanted to do before you veer into this political strength, that's supposed political strength that IPUB never had, and people somehow assume that they have. Obi the first said that when we say there is no there's no Fulani activities, that we may be lying. And when he was giving his submission, he said everyone in Imo State, they were operating cassava and eating cassava. And some people were compelled to pay some money. And some place mentioned the name of the area. I'm not denying that fact that happened. I'm not saying it didn't happen. And you said something, seeing cows moving in the street and people go there, fine and good. We've seen that. I've seen that also. But community by community, as we are on this platform, let any one of us come out and say, yes, my community was attacked by Fulani headsmen that resulted in the killings of people. Activity of Fulani headsmen, their cow going into farm, yeah, it's possible. But Fulani headsmen coming to chase the people away from their farm and kill them. Arena Nekano was promoting on his broadcast. Let's take a sample pool from what we have on this platform. Who on this platform had their community as of 2014 going to 2021 or 25 that we are in now been attacked? Aside the incident that we have,
let me answer your question. You asked me, let us answer. Okay, I never said they were kidnapping people. Fulani activities were mainly eating up people's crop. Okay, in my house, painful all day for money costing me.
Obidi, Abrokuyan, that on other painful, but Henna Jugi. If anybody, I know you didn't say that. I didn't say you said that. You said Fulani activities. You understand? But your boss, your ex-boss, per se, Nnamdi Kanu, used the term Fulani invaders, killers. The reason he formed ESN Security Network or whatever bunch of terrorists was to take away Fulani that are killing.
You hear that I was never aware of even my original form of ESN. It got a region called when they messed up the whole thing. This support to ESN now were not traditionally the people that are very serious on the issue of IPOB as far as self-determination. They were not part of the group. They went back and started working with the people on I condemn. He saw an opportunity to be collecting money here and there, and then overblow.
Okay. I know I'm a spare up a long argument, but let me ask you again. ESM was formed in 2020, officially formed in 2020. Before that formation of ESM, was there any group within IPOB, clandestines or not, that are defense force, that is an armed wing before ESM was formed? Was there any group within IPOB that was armed in any way, shape or form?
There's no armed group. They were called they have Lions Force, they have BSS. Hold on. They have BSS, they call them volunteers. All these guys are just in their muscle. We're on
Nzobidi, sorry, sir. As of 2013, Nnamdi Kanu took a picture with armed men inside a bush. I have that picture right here.
2013 in a Quizan. It's probably when there's another, and I asked that question a long time ago. I came in 2013. So I'm among the armed men, take it. And we're another group, okay, when they are and everything. I have concern for Nnamdi Kanu when he when he went to Nigeria in 2013 December or even 14. Nancy, I'm okay. Okay, na radio nine. Lagos and I find with us don't want to know when they defend. Okay, so I'm in and I don't know their activities. The group
My brother Obidi, if they are not, if you don't know, don't say that they don't exist. That you don't know, that you are not aware, is not negating the fact that these people exist. I know a cousin of mine. Before ESN was named, he was part of ESN. They had a group, whether they are military defense force or whatever. They were armed. I repeat. You understand? They were armed.
Don't forget, there were pouches of individuals in Biafra land. Mankana or Oji. About one can Jena hijack radio. Oh, when can I see on alone missile?
Biafra one general. We know those ones. I'm talking about Nnamdi Kanu before the official formation of IPOB had a group that is armed.
No,
IPOB.
that's a lie.
Did you see? You saw a video of Nnamdi Kanu getting a match pass? You saw something like that?
That was in 2015, and let me tell you, it wasn't Nnamdi Kanu that put that group together. And it wasn't Nnamdi Kanu that put that group together. When I went to Germany, I was approached to support that group, and I declined. When I went
put the group together
for the so-called embassy, I was asked to support that group. Or only put that group together. It's not Nnamdi Kanu.
But who put the group together? Under which wing? Under which arm? IPOB or?
It wasn't put together for indigenous people of Biafra. It
wasn't put together. But we are there working for Nnamdi Kanu.
No, they are not.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
From where?
My name is Joshua.
Joshua in Nwekwa Kotesi. Ebe ndị mmadụ na-akpa nkata.
Hold on. Hold on, you get
Benjamin, please don't forget Blessed on, please. Don't forget she's had her hand. You know what I left.
Also, Joshua's no need the help.
I'm a cleaner, please. I really need your help.
No,
let me have something to
old format.
Like
my brother, bring another format.
Like no job.
I bring another.
Like no job.
I know. Bring another job. I'm going to site again.
Like please, sir.
Everybody needs help.
Like, please, sir, I really need some help with something to it,
Now,
please. I'm
moderator,
online.
moderator, control
I
your
use God
speech.
name to beg you, please.
I use God name to tell you.
Please.
Joshua, just hang on.
Please,
You get your time. Just hang on because yeah, Michael, if you are done with I think we'll go to. I think the next person is Blessed on. Then okay, Adelanwa is not here. Then I think
please,
we'll go
sir,
to
I
Blessed
really
on
need
now.
your help, please.
Which
Please,
help
sir,
do
I
you need?
use
Okay,
God name
what
to
kind
beg.
of help you need? Make we even hear you. Wait till you want. Oh yeah, talk. Make we hear.
Like, please, sir, I really need something to eat, please. If I have food stuff at home, I'll be okay. Please.
I don't
I use God name
I
to
don't
beg.
understand, bro. I don't understand what you are doing.
Onwe ihe
Like,
na
please,
wee bịa na
I need
space
your help.
mana
Please,
o
let
nwere
me have
spirit
something to
n'ime.
eat.
Ịbụrụ ka ifugo level anyị nọ
Like,
ya na Igbo.
Oh, please, I'm
Joshua,
all on to the format, sir. I'm all on to the format,
Ogota
sir.
phone, gota data.
please, sir, Biko, please. I
Ịbụrụ
use God
You
name.
have
place
phone.
ị na-esi
You have
eme
data.
ebe mana ịma.
This is
Go
the
and
only
sell that
way
your
I
phone.
can
Go and
reach
sell your phone.
diaspora, please.
Go
And
and
he's
sell your
verified,
phone.
though.
You can find somebody to use your phone.
And he's verified, though.
Sir,
Get somebody you
no,
will
it's
give your
somebody
phone,
directly to
collect money
verify
from the
it
person,
here.
go and eat.
It's somebody that verified me, please.
calm down.
Please, sir,
This is
I
If
a
use
you
God
go
verified
name.
account,
outside,
though. Verified
find
account where
somebody
they
you will
beg for
give your
money.
phone.
Joshua, this is your format.
Verified account that is begging for
We've
money.
never seen this
Now, make
format
me come out
before.
this guy.
This guy is a distraction.
Please,
Bring him to
please.
listening list.
Verified and
I use
locked
God
account.
you,
I mean,
please.
you can
Moderator,
be.
moderator.
Please, sir, I use God
Host,
to
where
beg
the host
you,
come out
please.
this
I
guy?
will have to.
It's somebody that
No, calm
verified
down.
me.
I
It's
will have
not
to
me.
drop you,
Like,
bro.
please.
I'm so sorry. You understand? I have to drop you. I mean,
Like, please, sir, I use God to beg you, please.
I will have
I'm really...
to drop you because it doesn't.
Abụ onye ahịa.
Something
Anyị
doesn't
na-aka
sit
anyị
with.
bụ mgbe anyị na-ebi. Ndị Igbo a na-aya ahịa.
As you read. So anyway, Blessed on, you have the floor. If you are still there, you are going up and coming down. Hello, Blessed on, are you there?
Hello, good afternoon. Happy good.
Yeah.
Greetings. Yeah, I've been hearing your conversation, although I've been coming in and out, like you noticed. Yeah. Why I actually wanted to talk was when you were talking about Kano, IPOB, that they could have utilized what you said they have, that Nigeria gave them everything that they had. They could have used it, you know. That's why I actually wanted to talk. I think that, and also when you talked about the Fulani problem, I think that we are missing it up. Like, we are looking at IPOB as if there's some kind of Nigerian delegated organization that has some kind of the state of Nigeria. It is not. It's it's just, I think when I'm looking at everything that's happening and what has happened with Igbo people and all these buyings that is going on, I think what is actually going on is a psychological operation against Igbo people, although we have not, the people in play have not really understand what is going on. But what I wanted to say is that if you look at the chronology of Kano's activities, you will see that it is something like metamorphosis. It's like it's kind of lending from what is going on, building on it. So this Fulani something never actually happened in the Southeast in that way, but that they are coming. That it was kind of trying to point to them that, because there was a time, there was a lot of Fulani and Epka in the Benue region. And he was kind of pointing to them that thing that is going on in Benue, they are coming down to the east. That is actually the genesis. So by the time he now started using that as a front, they needed some kind of alibi within the Southeast. That's when they started perpetrating their acts, going after those Fulani there. You understand? So it's not as if there were Fulani activities and they tried to counter it. No, it's like the Fulani are coming. I remember it very well. I think I even made videos about it and I laughed about it. Like, they are coming, and because of their coming, Bolognese. That they are coming, and because of their coming, so you set your own, them using the political ground that they had. Is because I'm thinking that you really didn't see it as they are supposed to be the instrument, a tool. They are not they are not to be used, because if you say that they should use the platform that they have, the people that created or sponsored them, enabled them and gave them that landing, you are trying to say they should unseat them. And that was not the purpose of it. So when Kano said that it's not going to give way, like they're not giving way for him, like they're not going to give him that way, you are thinking that, okay, since he now have all this popularity, that he should go with it. It was practice, if you may, that would say, prepare the way of the Lord, something like that. But he wanted to be the Lord himself. And so they were at loggerheads. And that's why he had to say, only 12 vote or no, so no more voting. You see, so he wants to spoil it for them. So because he feel like what gave them that position they have is that voting and putting them in that power. So he wants to spoil it for them.
Let's end up. Please for the interjection. Sorry for that. Don't forget that only to go vote on our free and
also,
because the moment the money came, well, okay, now you can now go and vote.
Also, because now, see, it's going both ways. So if you created this person or you enable this person so that he can be your tool or your instrument, and on the other hand, the person have not gotten you to pay him, like he has gotten you to blackmail him, he also have a grip on you. You cannot use him anymore. You are now both in the same boat, like power sharing. Who is going to carry the day? So that's what I wanted to point out. Okay.
Yeah, and I do somehow believe that our political class in the Southeast, they have one way or the other contributed to this criminality we now have going on in there. I do believe that actually. So kind of a good point. Then also to address this guy that came up with a verified account. Even me, I have must have the courage to pay begging with priority or begging on first class.
The first time on witness when you go now was in elementary school. And then I may announce. I'll pay like that. The first time when you go now
Oh yeah, thank you for being here. So as you can see, we are talking about what has come up in the news today, that Simon Epka has been jailed for 6 years by a Finnish court. So we are on Twitter space where people are just giving their opinion or just saying what they think based on the incident that has happened. So we are getting many reactions, obviously, from supporters and non-supporters of Simon Epka, supporters and non-supporters of Biafra idea or Biafra ideology and things like that. So thank you. And while you're here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you.
No be we. Because no be we way they lead. Nobody go read.
So
No. Do you tell me before you talk?
No, you say Ikenga.
No, be that Ikenga.
Okay,
No be that Ikenga. This one Ikenga
okay.
would stay one South African country like that. Nadia group. This one Uche my for group. All of them,
Anyway,
all of them are the same. You
okay,
cannot disguise.
Thank you so much.
You cannot disguise. We know all of you.
You
are
spoke
all
enough
members
for
of
like
IPOB.
over 20 minutes now. We don't hear you. Thank you so much.
Only him, and he wants to continue spreading disinformation, terrorizing us.
Again. Let us hear from our speakers now. We don't try. Last 2 years, that guy was here saying that he's not a member. Who again? even IPOB, even captain, even some people here said that yes, he's not the member. Even the ones in Finland said yes, they don't even know him as a member. They even took him to court. Even while in court even while he was arrested, he said the same thing. Now, when you cook like you, he is spineless. Let's say coward now. Come to
When
court,
don't even
say
get mine, put picture for his profile.
he's a member. Space in Boston, so that if anybody talk anyhow, they go follow person with like 1 or 2 shots. You can talk say, I want it. Oga, who you be? Eh? Who you be? You are 6'5". You're 6'5". You're made to play basketball. You're coming to the talk about hip-hop. Thank you so much. You don't try. I think Expo, you've spoken before. Barrister, you go, but
No, Expo got caught by the network now. He didn't finish.
Okay, didn't finish. Okay, Expo, go on, I beg. Thank you.
Howard, why are you muting? If they talk, let us make they change the words now about both. They mute. Howard,
Okay,
I beg, get away.
okay, hold on, guys. Chinoso, please, where's the location? Come back, I beg. No, bring him back. Chinoso, I want to meet face to face, do basketballs. Come. Where in the person when they get picture, say they call me coward. I beg.
When I give a mic, I made a fix location. You don't know when they do Twitter fights. You don't see. We won't primary school.
You remove them.
You will stream and live.
I know remove them for what?
If not drone, I go supply drone.
Bring him.
They go record them. Abba.
I know remove them. I know remove them.
Yeah, send a mic again.
We are in the
one. Send him link, I beg. Make him come back. Send him.
I know be in no be my mutual. I want to send a link.
Now
wow.
He no get he's an IPOB member, but he's gone through one. They cut him off. The IPOB people cut him off from their payment list. So since that time, their group they all diverse.
They never settled the money issue.
They cut them off.
Continue for that. Let the use to play like this.
Expo, go on, I beg. Expo, go on. No worry. I go.
Okay, even say let's even say why was even ECN created, and if we also notice, it was the period ECN was created that Amotekun was created, but because we Igbos we are a threat to Nigeria, and ECN was created by Nnamdi Kanu. That's why the Python dance, the Operation Crush, and everything, the war against ECN. But why was ECN created at the initial? What did Nnamdi Kanu say about ECN? His speech was all over.
Is it ECN or ESN? Biko?
Sorry, ESN. Sorry, ESN. It was because of Fulanis they are coming. Okay, it was because Fulanis are coming. And Amotoki that created, you see, one thing about our leaders, our governors is will I say maybe the system that Nigeria practices, this federal system whereby all the powers is given to the federal and the state has no power. Because I've checked, I've checked the powers that the federal has in Nigeria and the state, and you notice that the state governors don't even have any power. They don't have any single power in both in their concurrent list, in their residual list. The whole powers is in the exclusive list, which is the federal. Now, when this guy is talking about IPOB is a terrorist group and this, that, are you expecting a federal power to allow a separatist group, people that are agitating, to create a wing? Even if the wing is vigilante, they won't allow it. And how do you kill a separatist group? Is to paint them bad. It's very simple. We know how Nigeria functions. We know how the federal works. The massive numbers IPOB we are getting, they know that people are listening to these people, to this gang, this group of people, even in Lagos, even in Kanu, even in Kaduna, people are listening to Nnamdi Kanu. So that's why, how do you stop this dominance by these people? Let's paint them bad. And painting them bad is all these unknown gunmen that we are seeing everywhere. The army is going inside bushes, burning people's house down. We know. But because this is a federal state, even our state governors don't have any power. That's why Hope Uzodinma came and said that what we are seeing here is not being done by IPOB. It is a political. They should mention that it is the federal that comes because we are in a country. So I also see it as the federal's right to also go in there so that they will quench, because they don't want Biafra to go. It's very simple. This thing has been happening from 1967 when oil was discovered. It's history, it's because we don't read our history. It was when oil was discovered that the war broke out, that they wanted to switch from regional to federal. I don't know who gave them the idea that they should switch up from regional government to a federal government. And that's what led to the war. Who will control this? Who will control this? Because the revenue coming from oil was much more than the coal that the Enugu was selling, than the robbers and everything that is coming up from the north, the cocoa that is coming from the west. And the eastern region, as of that time, has the oil. And oil was making so much money. So the eastern region was to be seen as maybe a major, a major city. That's what led to, let's switch over to federal system of government so that we'll have one federal that will control all these things. And if you watch the way Nigeria practices their federal system of government, you notice that it is very naive. They make sure that only the federal has all the powers. They copied it from America, but they didn't implement the same policies that America implemented in some of the resources, some of the resources control and other things. They make sure that everything is in federal. So we come here to always, I don't know why our people always come here to paint IPOB black. And also, we don't expect our governors to do much because this is a federal state. And the system we are talking about is the Constitution, the 1999 Constitution. And the 1999 Constitution gives so much power to the federal. That is exactly the same thing we are facing now with P2B and the obedient and every other thing. They don't expect P2B to be president, someone that says is going to change the system. A system that favors the North and favors the West is something that a Easterner wants to go and change. Come on now. At least we should know this by now. And someone at Bell Jail, that one for sure, he's supposed to be there because the guy really dealt, he created a wing. He said he was not IPOB, that he doesn't believe in what Nnamdi Kanu is talking, peaceful, that he wants it violence. And look at where violence has led him. So if we are talking about the sit at home, I don't believe there's any sit at home in the East. It's just people that intentionally decide that they should sit at home. I live in Aba, and on Mondays, people do open their shop. Some that wishes to open their shop. Just recently, I'm just going to say this. Recently, where I'm staying, something happened in that community. And maybe they said a man went to the shrine, get juju, kill his younger brother, and the youths there, they were so angry. Why would the man use juju to kill the younger brother? They burnt the man's house and burnt the house with the man inside. They threw the man inside the house and burnt the house. The man died. So now there is no movement because there's a joint force patrolling and everywhere is locked up. No movement. If those people see you, those army, okay, my time is up. If army and police see you, they will, anybody they see on the street, they will just carry you. That's the state we are in. That's the system we are in. So I think IPOB should, we should just, I don't think you will even get this power in 2017 that we are all clamoring for. That's all I have to say. But we should just have to be strategic in all the things we are doing and support our own. Okay? Peace out. Thank you.
All right, Barrister, how are you doing today?
Fine, sir. Perfect. Good day, sir. Good everybody.
Welcome, boss.
It was when I heard this news, I was happy. I was really happy because there's so much that this message brings to light. And I'm going to start with let me keep myself to the topic. Let me put the first part, Simon Ikpa's J-term, which for me, in the legal part, we call it is conviction. For me, this is conviction, is a precedence. I'm happy because it has set a legal precedence across borders.
You see, these are the issues I have with small few lawyers.
Yeah.
When they use good English, they package what's no good. Call them prison or jail term. We need a conviction.
It's a conviction because it's not a convict. It's a convict.
Anyway, you are right. It is in Finland.
It's a
So
convict.
conviction. Now for Nigeria, now you prison or jail term.
No, he go go.
Right.
He go go jail. He go go jail. But he's not a convict. He will serve his term. He can get 6 years tenure. Give him.
But wait, are you guys not thinking that now APC and Tinubu they given like 6 years so that Tinubu go say they should hold him after in case he wins the next election?
No, you see,
Make it be say after his 6 years now, may them raise him back or something.
No, you see,
what do you guys think?
You see, not be APC or Tinubu because see for Finland, these are saint client. The APC and Tinubu get influence for the legal system. Even their own government, no people influence their own legal system.
If dollar change hand, they will give them. They will ask say how many years they want. Guy,
no.
Corruption there everywhere.
No, corruption there everywhere. But to a large extent, I can tell you that I can give an example to an extent, a very large extent. The legal system, I can tell of that of UK. The legal system to a very great extent in UK is very, very transparent to a very great extent. And that's why even the citizens for today for this country, they get issues with the legal system.
Barrister, no vex, I beg no vex. When Ibori take 1 or 2, now which country he carry the money go?
Now UK, now UK they convict them now.
God bless you. Hold on. When Alamisia, the governor of Bayelsa State, carry 1 or 2, now where England go?
That's not the UK can. That's the UK can come now.
Nowhere is perfect. I beg. All these they don't do
no.
Like nowhere is perfect.
If I try to say this legal system for year, if they won't prosecute them, the legal system will get conviction and it will done within the normal time. There's a transparency. See all these people you call now. How many of them don't get conviction for Nigeria? No, that's the truth. See, this matter, we'll get same case on Nigeria now with they prosecute this Epka Oga. Where the main person where they start this thing, they see the new case of Nigeria. Why the boy they don't convict him for Finland? What does that tell you? It tells you that the system, the legal system, the difference is clear. But I'm happy same time that it has confirmed one thing, that their prosecution, in as much that some of them go outside, they will say, I'm a Finnish. He go claim to say because he get dual citizenship. He go claim to say, he come from Finland, they don't be prosecute them. Now, this implies that if you are across border, they will still prosecute you for your terror actions. Because most of these actions, most of the offense, you can see that they're targeted at Nigerians. And not just Nigerians, they were targeted at people from the southeast to narrow it down. Most people they kill, yes, they killed our military personnel. But you can see there are a lot of killings. Even if you look the number of killings, innocent citizens don't get killed more than even the Nigerian military personnel. Yes. So for me, I'm just happy that what this has displayed is a global precedence. No matter where you are in the world, read the form say you get dual citizenship, no fit touch you. They will touch you because there's a legal precedence that shows that you cannot be outside Nigeria and be inciting trouble in Nigeria. No, it's not possible.
But it is only a foolish person that will think that because you have that citizenship, you can be arrested.
That's what they've been doing now. Silly. Look at them, most of them now. We can see most of these things. They are influenced, they're outside.
You ought to know better. You ought to know better. It's a very stupid thing. So to think, see, you're not an indigene. You're just like a mere citizen. So that thing can be revoked.
Sure.
They're perfect. Even if they born you for the country, they go take her from you. Say, your partner not get a country come from.
What are we saying? They should be careful, man. You're not born dead. They should just
Yeah.
like revoke it anytime.
And you see, my problem now is this: the Nigerian government should leverage at this momentum. What do I mean? There are other people who are still financing this thing and coordinating this same terrorism from outside Nigeria as we speak. Yes, there are many. We can see them. When this one, when I read this one, maybe one woman waiting for US say she don't become the new leader. And we can see what she's doing. So there are still people out there. There are still some of them also, they are still financing. Even let's not talk about iPod. The same list when they give Nigerian government last year from UAE about those that are financing terrorism in the north. What they do, they got that list till today. We don't hear anything. And as we speak, then they don't even prosecute. No, ready for UAE. Ready for that list. So ready for that list. Ready for UAE. But our Nigerian case, nothing. Till today, we don't hear anything about them.
Barrister, I disagree. If those people are so waiting on that list, tomorrow now still money now from Nigerian government, won't come buy a house for that place. Let's see houses. Let's invest like let's say $2 to $3 or $4 million. They will say allow them get it. Yes or
no? Ipa, no. You're not getting my point. You're not getting my point.
Esprit de corps.
Ipa. If they go there, see UAE.
If they go down, everybody go down with them. Oh, you don't know?
No.
All the governors go down with them. Oh, the same pipeline that they use.
Ipa. You see, UAE, they have zero tolerance for crime. Zero tolerance for crime in UAE. Zero. So that's why they will prosecute them because they're under their watch list. And because those people will know, they will not even go to UAE, but they will stay in Nigeria. And Nigerian government will pat them in the back. That's what I'm saying. Nigerian government is high time. If Nigerian government are serious against this fight, they should pursue the actors that are financing these things from abroad. Because most of these people, they get their finance from abroad. A lot of them. They're coordinators and they're abroad. So the Nigerian government should leverage on the momentum at the moment and go after these people. And I'm happy that because this conviction of this man, he go further cause more fragmentation inside these people now because they're already factions already in this iPod. I'm happy because they already, in fact, as a man who this is, they already fight for who go there in charge. So for me, especially now looking at this sister home, now you talk about what next? Looking at this sister home itself, for me, is high time. You know, this sister home thing. I remember when I went to Enugu. That was it 2022? I went to do a client's matter in Enugu. A matter that should have taken me 3 days. 3 days. All paid trip. Everything. Baba, it took me 3 weeks. Why? Because of sister home. My client at the point, the man tired. Because it was all expensive trip now.
But sit at home just for a day now.
My brother, once that day, I think that period, yes, it was that one day.
But
I think
barrister,
you miss my brother. Once you meet,
barrister,
I can hear you.
There's something again. You see, Nigerians, we love holiday. You love holiday. If Nigerians can get opportunity of working just Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, they will do it. Look, we just pretend that one. Even civil servants will know they can't work all these days. Then we'll say, sit at home, 9 million. They know first they can't work those days. Yes or no?
Paper. I know that Nigerians love holiday, but whether I would like to or not, the sister home made especially the southeast. We lost over 800 million naira in the southeast for the economic damage and a lot of activity. But you know how many times I go court that time?
Reason for
we are not get this for court.
Please,
I think I have my right to talk now. Please, I have the right to talk now. Please let me finish. Let me use my time. If I'm done, you can make your comments, sir. Please, sir. I beg of you. Thank you. I won't lose my train of thoughts, please. Let me not lose my train of thoughts. So I was saying, for me, there was so much loss, a financial loss, and even the lives. If we check, I think over less up to probably 700 lives have been lost. All through sister home stuff. And most of those days, it has affected, it has affected the education because even children could not go to school at the point that maybe children don't go to school. Yes. So there's been so much devastation because of stay home. And the security impact alone. I mean, all of those days I was there in Enugu, I remember the stay home that I wouldn't take a walk, and that they said I remember that day I would say they just say to the key person. That moment I won't listen. They say the young person will come outside, person will walk out for road. Life will come outside. So what are we talking about? The security. What is the security implication? It has caused enormous damage in the southeast. And so for me, what next? We must reclaim back our Mondays. Our Monday is not public holiday. No. Only the president of the week, for Christ's sake. We must reclaim it back. The government must take effort, conscious effort, public enlightenment that Monday is not public holiday again, because it has become a culture. If you go to the southeast, naturally it don't become culture. But will you blame the citizens? No, I will not blame them. When there is no security guarantee, when they go out, have they not been killed on the Monday when they go out? Yes, they've been killed. They've been shot at. So a citizen that has been shot at, you've been still fear in him. So the government need to give the citizens security guarantees. Give them, probably do public enlightenment. Coordinated public enlightenment. Let the local government involved. Let the leaders, community leaders involved. Because it starts there. It's not just the federal government. The state government must be involved. We must reclaim back our Mondays. And for me, this whole approach is not about let the government leverage on this momentum. And it's about dialogue too. It goes beyond those military response. That's the problem I have. They need dialogue, not just carry military. They're doing Operation Python, start to invade everywhere. No. There must be sincerity from the government, political from the state governors, from the political leaders that they want to make sure that they dialogue, to encourage people to look at the roots of the problem. As we speak, Ipa, there are still many people who see this IPOD stuff. I know there was one guy, I don't call many names, but even the so they call him Gentle. You know, see there. There are still many of them, many of them. Have they done anything to these ones? No. What are we talking about? And these other people will be, and you expect the citizens to be relaxed. No. The government needs to show sincerity in addressing the issue. And for me, let me go back to these ones that are abroad. All these ones, because there are many of them abroad, they are also using the social media to encourage this terrorism. The government, is that time the government, even government to start using this, try to invest in digital counter-terrorism strategies to capture these people abroad, bring them back home for prosecution. Yes, Nigeria has a treaty with all these states. If you commit crime, you want to go outside, we will bring you back. Those relate to the government outside. Once you bring these people back outside who are financing this thing through social media and other avenues, you will help to eradicate all this nonsense. But is our government ready to do this? No. You know why they won't do it? Because they enjoy the instability in one part of the country. Because some of them know that they will not get vote from there. So let them destroy themselves. That's the truth. And for me, there must be justice for those that have lost their lives. A lot of families have lost people. There should also be an action by government to make sure they compensate those people. Call families who have lost their records, their video evidence. That's what we call genuine action from our government. If they want solution, genuine action. Yes. There should be tribunals. They should set up reconciliation tribunals. Like panel for answers. Those panels who are doing the answers process, that people are waiting. Let them set up such panel of inquiry. Not just sitting on the panel to drink tea. There should be a sincere one to take action. Accountability. People should be held accountable. People should be serving J terms, not like this one. We must not be getting J terms from outside. We should be getting J terms from inside. That's the truth. Ekpa's conviction is not the end, though. It's the starting point. Because there's still a lot to be done. to restore trust. A lot needs to be done. My brother, you the mic. Man, don't grab the mic too much, I beg. Thank you.
I beg, no vex.
Please, can I say something? Please, can
But
I
you
just
just
say
spoke
just
just
few
now. Hold
things,
on, sir.
please,
Okay, hold on.
please, just
Shebu
let
na
me
see me
just
see
correct
wahala.
this guy, please,
Oh God, not mess.
please,
Me too, I beg you too. You
please,
too,
just
please.
few minutes.
You too, please. Me too.
No,
I'm
no, I
also
think we
begging
should
you
be
now,
bringing up
please
people
too.
that actually live in the southeast, that lives there to actually say what is happening instead of, people that just travel and come and say other things that what they witness. I live in Aba, and I'm telling you that Monday sit at home is if you want. It is people. There's nothing like they are forcing. Like I told you in Aba here on Mondays, army will block one section of the road. You will see more tankers, you will see patrols going up and down. And you don't expect people. I know they are doing it for security reasons, but people are scared. So I don't know why you are saying that they sit at home, we need to claim it back. It is people's willing that they should, even government offices don't open on Monday, but they should be the ones to open on Monday. They should be the ones to encourage citizens to open their shops. But you go to government offices, it is locked on Mondays. And we keep saying it is the IPOB or this one that is enforcing. Let's people that live in the East come out and say what is happening in the East. You don't just visit a day and stay maybe 1 week and you go back and you come and say, let people that live there say things, please.
Okay, perfect. Can I respond to that man? Because that man respond to what I've been saying. Please, Ipa, let me respond to him, please. Even in 1 minute, I beg.
Before you respond, please, I have a question. What happens after Simon Ekpa serves the 6 years? After the 6 years, Joel said.
If they come back and collect more for this side, they play.
Saichi.
Nigeria like go shoot. Whether they will give them under or they go sorry for
Saichi.
retention bandits.
Saichi.
Except so,
After
collect for this
the 6
side.
years, Nigerian government can also ask for his repatriation to come and answer for the crimes, because people were killed.
This for this side.
People were killed.
Now government sorry for
they
that.
repatriated down to Nigeria.
They can also
sorry for that.
ask, or they are going to ask.
I said the Nigerian government should ask for his repatriation. I'm not the government now. I'm not the government. Because people were killed.
Exactly.
People were killed. So repatriate him back to this country to come and answer for his
But
crimes.
he committed the crimes on foreign soil. That's why they're charging him over there. So that was even if he come back, he probably still in Nigeria, they wait for him. Except they
he committed it from sorry, so it means Simon, but yeah, then be the single locals. What I mean by single locals? The people who they kill now, they kill them for Aba, they kill them for different places, for yeah. So the person in kill, then they for yeah. So when come here, when he kill the person self, you go come answer our own law for yeah. That's how it should be. And for my friend that I was saying that for some
okay,
but I'm not answering what my other guy talk. He don't say who will do outside. So where they come visit, they go. You need to understand one thing, that Nigeria is not for just one person. The matter I come to Enugu to do business as a lawyer, and the action of Epka affects me. I have the right to speak. The fundamental right and the constitutional right. Nobody can stop that from me. And we have the right to speak on our own. What to witness? I want to ask the man, were people not killed on a Mondays? Are people not being killed on Mondays? Yes, they are. If you want to deceive yourself and say no, that's your own problem. I will not speak about your reality. I'm talking about my own reality. And in if you live anywhere in Aba, does not affect my own reality when I come to visit in Enugu. I tell you about my own. Today, I told my client I will not go to Enugu again. Because my experience was a bitter experience. And when I would like to know, Nigeria is one country. You cannot stop me from going anywhere. I think I'm going, I will tell my own experience. I think my experience is not palatable. The government owed me a responsibility to guarantee me security. So whether you are safe in Aba, and you cannot tell me that you enforce people that are not coming out or to come and do their business. No, the security is not guaranteed. People have come and have been killed. The government needs to make sure that they are safe each time they come out and address this issue, not just addressing it.
The government they don't even open office.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Barrister, now, do you think that the efforts Nigerian government or last administration put towards decimating the Southeast, IPO and everything. If they put much effort in finding bandits, don't you think that they would have needed like more results?
No, I didn't get the last one. Say if they put the iPod they put, it was
In
enough.
fighting bandits,
Bandits.
fighting all the terrorists. Yeah.
My brother, Nigerian government has failed when it comes to terrorism. They failed absolutely.
So
in the southeast, in the north, they failed.
Can we now say that we have these people today is due to the incompetence of the government?
Yes, now, Ipa now. They need to tell blind man say what don't start now. This one is facts.
Okay.
It's a statement of fact. The Nigerian government failed. That's why they can prosecute this man in Finland, and we have them in there. India is will not pursue one person. One person will not pursue one person for terrorism. Show me one person
now,
will not pursue for terrorism. None.
The court,
Ipa, they hear you.
The court has ordered Nnamdi Kanu to be released. Why have they not released him?
Did what? I didn't get you, sir.
The court has ordered Nnamdi Kanu to be released. Why have they not released him?
That one is for the government now to decide now. But again, if Nnamdi Kanu has a crime or a crime to answer for, the government should take actions.
No,
but I'm not a supporter. But I'm not a supporter if the courts, because for me, what I feel is this: the Nigerian government have not handled this matter the way they should handle it. They handle it more like a political matter. You don't handle it like a political matter. They handle it. For me, that's how I see it. And that's been the action of the Nigerian government.
Okay.
They're not handling it like this thing.
Okay, now, are you aware that for the fact that they went to Kenya to kidnap him alone is already a crime? It's already like a crime, first of all.
Ipa, if I went to carry something, no. Let's get in fact, I won't agree with you. If there's a job cost, it's a national threat. It's a security threat to the country.
If you
have killed people. How?
Okay, wait.
In any way you can bring him back to Nigeria, it will be justified. Because he has.
Okay, wait. Barrister, even Kenyan government have like withdraw their hands from the case that they have no deal, that they were not aware. I heard that even Kenyan government is even scared. In fact, now they even say that he has the right to sue Kenyan government. Are you aware? Once he comes out,
they can sue now. Let them sue. Everybody can sue now. Everybody can sue.
Okay, Barrister, even the whole world knows that what the government did was wrong. Yes.
No, if at the end of the day, no. If at the end of the day we convict him, he's guilty of the crime. How you arrested him will be immaterial. You know that when someone is guilty of the crime, yes. If at the is guilty of the crime.
Hold on. A very simple question. If you obtain evidence illegally, can you present it in court?
If you obtain evidence illegally and that evidence is material, the court will admit it. They will. If it was legally obtained, the court will admit it.
Seriously?
Yes. Do you understand for me? Yes. I'm telling you.
You know how many cases don't break up court for EFCC? You know how many don't wait?
Oga, hold on. Please, hold on. If you get an evidence, hold on now. Let me explain now. I know that person talk. They ask me, and I'm speaking as the. Let me explain. If you obtain evidence illegally, and that evidence is material to the case, the court can still go ahead to admit it. Yes.
Barrister, there are things you say that shouldn't fly. I mean, you're a barrister, which means you know the law and you're a part of the law. You cannot say evidence is gotten illegally can be tendered as evidence in the court of law and that will fly. The judge will throw that thing out. The judge will throw it out. If you rig a wire on someone and the person, people get wired up. Like it's even a crime to wire somebody up for them to go get evidence on someone. Do you know it's a crime?
Okay, boss, let me start with you. But let me educate you. Boss, you are in UK. Let me educate you. Let me educate you. You are in UK, Abi. If you are in UK, you speak every day. Let me tell you. According to section 78 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act in UK, give the judge a discretion to exclude evidence if his admission will have adverse effects on the fairness of the trial. If the evidence will not have adverse effects on this, the judge should admit it. The issue of discretion. If the judge feels that this evidence actually it proves that this man is guilty. The court can still go ahead and admit it. Yes. So how that evidence was obtained is immaterial. If the court has a discretion, to admit that evidence.
Even when the accused was abused, the court will still accept that evidence.
But the key word here is that evidence.
You infringe on the rights of the
hold on, boss, hold on. There's difference between every abuse of the right of this thing. Now, when it comes to abuse, let me educate you. I'll give you an example of what. Let me educate you, boss. Let me talk now. Make I explain back, break them down now.
Okay, boss. We don't tire these arguments. We no ever agree for here today. I beg, between Nnamdi Kanu and the Nigerian government, who first killed each other?
What was the question? Who first did what to each other?
Who first killed each other?
Between Nnamdi Kanu and the Nigerian government. Well, I think when they invaded his premises, people were killed in his premises. Before then, if he had killed anyone, personally, I don't know if he had killed anyone.
I'm asking the barrister now. Look who starts now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the barrister ask.
I hear you, boss. What did you ask?
Between Nnamdi Kanu and Nigerian government, who first killed each other?
Who first killed each other?
Yes.
First, now Nnamdi Kanu first kill them now. Let's talk with that now. Yes, now. Now first kill them now.
For real, please, I beg, for real.
I know, that question, I don't know who that, because I don't get privilege of who first kill each other. I don't get that. I'm not privileged with that information. But what I want to elect is to know that there's a decided case in UK that when
Barrister, I ask you a question. Just say you don't know. This is not the question. Just say you don't know. Is it possible? Just say maybe you don't know. Are you aware of some people were killed in Aba while they were protesting peacefully? Are you aware?
Boss, I don't hear you.
Some people were killed in Aba while they were protesting peacefully.
Boss, they don't keep people for Nigeria right now. These don't keep people for Nigeria right now. That will not be easy now. That will not normal thing for Nigeria now.
So it's normal to keep people.
In the normal Nigerian shenaniganism and Nigerian police and by the state institution.
Okay, barrister. These guys were protesting now peacefully and they came and opened fire on them. Are you aware of that?
I'm aware of NSAS, which I even wrote a journal, an article that was published in International Journal on accountability in NSAS. Were they not carrying the Nigerian flag? Which for me was even
people like you. Have you ever won a case before? As a lawyer, you don't ever go court for so.
I doubt. I doubt.
The way they Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And I tell you now something now where you know me. You see that now the kind of first attack. I think I say they first killed innocent protesters. When they protest peacefully, there was crocodile smile, there was python dance, there was Atalugu dance. You don't get any dance where Tinubu, where Buhari no carry enter Southeast State. Now, are you aware that these guys they are protesting peacefully on their own, for no reason, you just go kill them first of all? Are you aware of that, Barrister?
Okay, I'm aware now, but you brought in my notice.
Good.
I know of Python dance, so I'm not.
What about?
I'm not aware of Python dance. Yes.
What about crocodile smile? You know that was said before other dance come outside. They don't really kill them already. So be sincere. So now all these things. Yes, go on.
Okay. No. You can learn. You can learn with your points. I'll listen. I'm listening to you.
So what I'm saying that these guys are so irrelevant until out of threat for a certain region. This guy just said we're going to kill this people. This guy was in London protesting for good governance as of 2014, 2015. Said good luck should do better, Nigeria should get better and everything. From like this guy was just there doing his broadcast, and out of the wickedness, the accumulated hatred for a particular people, you just woke up and say, "When they go arrest this guy, just go shoot them for protesting." That was how they made him become relevant to the world.
I agree with you, Ipa. No, my problem is this. I don't have a problem with the actions of the state. if I don't have a problem about the action of the state with Kanu, my problem I have is this, which I will always stand against any day, anytime. Don't use if you want to fight the government, face the government. Don't kill innocent citizens. Why? You fight government, you kill innocent citizens. Who does that? Tell me. Is that justification for you to keep people in Aba? Because the government come for you.
What they try let you know that we see now government maybe these people also they react the way them react. You see, when mosquito perch on your balls, on your crocodiles, your testicles have now scrotum, you go be careful if you go hit them with force or mighty, or just blank breeze, or just ignore the pain.
If government attack Kanu, you not give them any justification to attack innocent citizens. No. No matter what in government do, you don't get any right to attack innocent citizens.
Innocent citizens did he attack?
Are you kidding me? Which innocent citizens die? Oh, okay, fine. It's okay. It's the best thing to happen to us after Jollof rice that is killing people. He didn't kill anybody. Let's not pretend that he didn't kill anybody. Let's come here and sing his praise. Now try. Boss, I beg. The person doesn't win kill. He no kill anybody. He no kill anybody, boss. I hear you. I hear you, pa.
I'm not an airport member. I'm not a fan. I'm not. I be part of the for the past 12 years. Now with the price will come. If I'm not mistaken. Now listen, guys, I know that. I heard that now the kind of lost his mom and his dad because of the Nigerian government.
Yes, I was there when he invaded his house. Yes.
Good.
When he invaded them,
Do you
yes.
know what? Do you know those they call ESN?
Hmm?
What led to the emergence of ESN?
It's also a protection now of life and security in the east now, in the southeast now.
Why was ESN formed?
I hear you.
And why were they formed?
I hear you, boss.
Okay, cheer, bro.
There's something I want.
Mr. Imperfect.
There's something I wanted to say based on the conversation that's being held here. Barrister, if I come to your house, let's say we have a business together, right? And I come to your house, and while I am in your house, somebody comes to attack me and they hurt me or even kill me. What do you think the people will say, like passers by, my family, onlookers? What do you think they will say? It's a leading question anyway to what I want to say. Barrister, can you hear me?
Someone come to kill in your house. That no murder?
No, not in my
murder
house.
now.
No, not in my house. Like I came to visit you for a business, right?
Yes.
I came to discuss a business plan with you. While I am in your house, somebody and some people get through your gates, get through your door, and they hurt me or they kill me. What will people say?
You will be a suspect too. You will be number one at that point. When you are doing investigation, you'll be number one suspect because you are with me at that time. Yes, now you'll be a suspect.
Me that is dead will be a suspect.
You said, I thought you are alive. Now I said they kill me. You come to visit me. Who came to kill me?
Not you. Me. I'm the one that came to your house for a business. And
yes,
during the process, people come through your security, pass through your door, and they hurt me or they kill me.
I'm the number one suspect. I'm with you when they keep me up in my house. I'm number one suspect. I'm at the scene.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm the number one suspect.
So in that case, Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya. The Kenyan government doesn't know about Nigerian law Nigerian forces and their activities. They pick him up and they brought him to Nigeria and for court case. I mean, the court case or the law will take his effect anyhow. But they took him out without the Kenyan government knowing. So do you say, according to what you said here earlier on, it is right so long they carry out their investigations, their law, or charge him to the crimes he has committed. Is that what you're saying?
No, I didn't get that.
Was it fair? Was it okay for the Nigerian government to go to Kenya and pick up Nnamdi Kanu without informing the Kenyan government and bring him back to Nigeria for prosecution? Was it fair? Was it nice? Was it appropriate?
Okay, that's not that. You know what's about me? Law is not a one-way answer, and but you are not really be patient enough. But what you just asked me now is it deals with cross-border terrorism issue. The what's the accusation against one Kanu? It's cross-border, and there are different organizations. There are different security organizations across borders that deal with cross-border security issues. Now, if even I don't know if the Kenyan government will put in no, but trust me, in such sensitive cross-border issues, there might probably be likelihood that there been a communication. It might be within Interpol. It might be probably there are other bodies that track. There are other bodies that track when it comes to regional bodies that track foreign terrorist fighters and issues like that. We have Africa, even Europe, we have Europol. So me and you are not privileged.
If the Kenyan government
intelligence.
And
you're not privileged to that.
The ones that brought him. The news is there. The news
if the
is
Kenyan
there.
government was aware, barrister,
the news is
if the
there.
Kenyan government was
read.
aware,
NSA was the one that brought them and handed him over to
So
DSS.
that tells you that there was a cross-border partnership. See, we're talking about there was a cross-border partnership.
So
if you can't go aware, there was a cross-border partnership.
Barrister, calm down, no vex. So why is the Kenyan government?
No, NSA is a Nigerian. Is Nigerian, not. It has nothing. NSA brought him from Kenya, handed him over to DSS.
My brother, I just told you that if there must probably be, we're not privileged to the operation, the underlying operation. It's not anything they will say about the operation.
Barrister,
So there may have been a cross-border intent.
Barrister, we hear you, but you're not hearing us. If
he
there
was kidnapped.
Wait. If there was a cross-border alignment or agreement or knowing, how come they are publicly denying it? Why are they washing their hands off? Why are they condemning the act? Why are they pulling themselves? Why are they making Nigeria look like like they've committed a crime if they're in the know of them coming to pick up Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya? That's just what I want to know, because there's a reason why extradition exists. Samuel Ekpa has been charged, and according to what I heard, he's getting 6 years, which I feel is very, very small, by the way. And if he finishes his 6 years, he's not just going to go back home and continue his life. They should bring him back home. Let him come tell his people why he did the things he did to his people. He should come back home and answer after serving whatever he's going to serve in what's it called, in Norway or wherever he was. Right? He should come back home and serve, and that's going to be extradition or extradition, however way it is pronounced. See, there's a reason why that law exists. You pick somebody up, they go through the proper channel, which is the law of the country where you're picking the person up. Even the people that come here, that come to Nigeria to pick up fraud people, they don't just come in, hide, as if they're going to kill Osama bin Laden, hide, pick those people up and fly back to the US. They have agreements. They know what the Nigerian government know what's going on. Perfect, continue, sorry.
Okay, I beg freedom. Before you go, can I ask Barrister a question?
Let me answer. Let me just comment on what Ichi just talked. No vex, I beg, boss. Boss, just 1 minute. For me, I agree too. The Kenyan government has denied the involvement. But again, let's also understand something. The denial of involvement does not outrightly, behind the scene, does not outrightly tell us that they were not involved. They may have denied those things because of one. When we're talking about diplomacy, international diplomacy. Because the truth is this: when people start to condemn those actions, there be international condemnation about human rights violations, things like that. That's why they might probably have condemned it. And might also be probably international pressure, political pressure from international bodies. So for me, I don't have privilege to the full facts of the operation. That's why I cannot answer the question outrightly. But we can only comment on based on what is on the media and what they deny. I'm not the spokesperson for them anyway, or the federal government to go for it. But the truth, but what I believe is this: for such sensitive operation, there will probably be a partnership. Because if you understudy such operations in time when it comes to cross border, I think Nigerian government will be so foolish, very, very foolish, not to involve the host country in such operation. I don't want to believe that that's stupid. Thank you.
Okay, can I ask you a question before Freedom goes?
Go ahead, sir.
If Uchida stays in the UK, look at me using that as an example. Okay, now, Barrister, you're going in the UK. I stand to be corrected, right?
Yes, yes.
If you are declared to be a terrorist, do you think you can fly to America? Yes or no?
What did you say?
If you are declared terrorist now in the UK, do you think you can fly to America?
If I'm shy question for this now.
No, it's for no.
I don't need you don't need a prophet to tell you now. Yeah?
Answer
This
now.
country. You know fit. You know fit. You know fit.
Then what about let's say
Then
hold on. What about hold on?
This
What
is
about
perfect, man.
and it comes from here. What about to Canada?
But you can't. You can't. The country itself has an obligation in this country.
Hold on now.
Oh God.
You are going to be a very the only difference between you and me can be say you will never get money. You know the worst people. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Barrister weekend I just saying you hold on. It's not like weekend like almost 25 years ago when he was still the local government chairman. Hold on, please. Now, you can't even fly to any Schengen country now. How come we say person with the taxing naturalists in they fly to go America, they fly to go UK, they fly to go around the world, they go Japan, they go South Korea. That's my question now to you. Since Nnamdi was a terrorist. That answer, you know, go send online.
Please
You don't
answer.
on how come? I didn't hear you go on, please.
Ipa.
You said you shock you, Abby. You said with the laugh.
Okay. Ipa, let me answer you. I have a very good answer for that. Let me tell you why. I think now remember that Nnamdi Kanu operates with iPod, which you know. You operate with iPod, which we know.
iPod.
And most iPod. Yeah, iPod. Yeah, you operate with iPod.
iPod.
No, now you don't say he's associated with iPod. Nnamdi Kanu now. iPod now. He's associated with iPod.
iPod or iPod?
iPod headset.
No, iPod. He's associated with iPod. Yeah, iPod. So you see, the problem is this. I think the organization was prescribed as a terrorist organization in 2017. And the government, the truth is this. Most of the international organizations have now prescribed him or recognized that prescription by our court in 2017. And that's why probably he was not probably getting that, that alert, that security alert. To be honest, that's why he wasn't getting that alert. But I think, again, if the Nigerian government have which they have now taken action to get him to come and answer for his crime. So that was it. Because for me, most of the actions were in Nigeria. And probably the Nigerian government were not taking enough action to prosecute, to go after him. Even internationally, through diplomatic relations. And that's the failure of the government. I'm not going to teach them in their work, to be honest. So for me, I've told you that our government, even the ones that they carry give our governments them, say from from UAE. Say these people are terrorists and they sponsor terrorists. Which our government do? Nothing. And they are still in this country today. They not take any action against them. So you can see why the government, your government itself they are even docile in prosecuting cases of such.
Barrister, that's your point now. When they say they give them the list of those sponsoring tourism in the Nigerian government and nothing was done, can't you see that there was a bias against a certain tribe in Nigeria? There was a systematic attack on a certain tribe in Nigeria from the last, or let's say from the previous administration. Yes or no? That was why they proscribed IPOB terrorist organization out of hatred. Yes or no?
Buhari called us dot nation.
Yes or no?
Yeah, we all know that Buhari never.
There's something.
But it's a fact now. Buhari no like the southeast now. That one be that one. It's not a fact.
That is main issue here, because all these things now out of hatred, out of anger, you just made these people globally recognized. Okay, now IPOB is a terrorist organization. Okay, but if you're talking also through Heathrow Airport to America or to anywhere so in Canada or any part of Asia, and you identify yourself as IPOB member, they will be like, who are you? You will say you do this thing for Nigeria. They just laugh at you. Yeah, they go where they go. But if you say you be Alka or the other one, the bullet will hit you for head safe. You don't go know where it come. Yes or no? What are we saying?
Bro, I just said that for me. Most of the allegations against him.
Barrister, just a minute.
Oh, no, boss. Right.
Barrister, beg, una go wait, abeg. And Freedom wants to speak. Abeg. Una go wait, abeg. Please, hold on, please, guys. Freedom, are you there? You should go next, please. Abeg.
Yeah, allow metaphor, bro.
Metaphor go. Okay, good.
But abeg, let metaphor talk now, abeg.
No, Barrister hand they up since 9 minutes. So you guys should take it easy, please, Metaphor, just make it go.
Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry about that. I just wanted to say that look, there is no provision in international law that requires conformity with regards terrorism. Every sovereign country have the right within their own domestic laws to declare any group a terrorist and all that. There is no automatic requirement from all the sovereign countries in the world to just declare a certain group as a terrorist organization. That is to mean that, for instance, Nigeria can declare a certain group a terrorist organization. Even Benin Republic will not declare the group a terrorist organization, because every sovereign country have the right to or not to, declare any group a terrorist organization. Look, even till today, I personally don't regard IPOB as a terrorist organization, because the meaning of terrorism, even as it is enshrined in Nigerian laws, IPOB does not necessarily meet those particular doctrine. I'm not being biased here. I'm just going by the doctrine, the wording of the meaning of terrorism, even as it is enshrined in Nigerian laws. Except they now change the meaning of the wording, then the meaning of the wording makes IPOB not a terrorist organization. Yeah, because they are not essentially doing whatever they claim to be doing in pursuant to power in Nigeria. They want succession. Yeah, they are not trying to destroy Nigeria or to take over political power in Nigeria. No, they're asking for succession. They want to leave Nigeria. They don't want to have anything to do with Nigeria. Yeah, so that classification of terrorism is wrong classification as far as I'm concerned. That does not particularly meet the kind of behavior that IPOB, fits. In my opinion, I think if IPOB is indeed committing all these atrocities everywhere, they are just a bunch of criminals, if you like, that ought to be, prosecuted and, and imprisoned. They don't fit that terrorism thing, because please don't take my word for it. Go and check the meaning of terrorism, and also even go and check how it's defined in Nigerian law, how Nigeria, or what the meaning of, as in what Nigerian law say a terrorist, or what is it terrorists are, and what terrorism is. And then you find that IPOB don't quite. Yeah, they don't quite. So that's what I wanted to say regarding that one. Also, I wanted to quickly say that I don't think that Simon Epka will be extradited to Nigeria. I've said it before. That time when he was arrested, that he might be prosecuted, and if he's found guilty, he will be imprisoned in Finland. But I don't think he'll be extradited because, first and foremost, there are conditions for that makes it very difficult, and I'm talking conditions imposed by the European Convention on all its member states. Make it very difficult for Simon Ekpa to be extradited from Finland. Yeah, no matter what the Nigerian government does. So what the most Finland would do is try him in Finland, and if he found guilty, sentence him in Finland. And that's exactly what they have done here. Again, I've also said that within the Finland criminal justice system, they have a three tier courts. They have the first instance court, is the district court. They have the appellate court, and they have the Supreme Court. He was found guilty at the district court. If him or his lawyers lodge an appeal, that conviction and sentence will be temporarily suspended until the appellate court, hears the case. That is the standard in Finland, like many other European states. So if he or his lawyers lodge an appeal today or tomorrow, or within the legal time frame, that conviction will be suspended, and the whole thing now will now be at the table of the appellate court. And if the appellate court makes a different decision, as in quashes the decision of the district court, or upholds the decision of the district court, and then that decision itself will be sort of final, because though even if they lodge an appeal further to the Supreme Court, that appeal to the Supreme Court no longer has a suspensive effect. So this is the issue here. And I'm thinking, okay, me, I'm just looking on the side, see whether his lawyers will actually appeal that decision to the Supreme Court. And lastly, Section 78 pace. Basically, it's a doctrine in British criminal law that empowers the court to admit evidence, placing more emphasis, on fairness rather than how it was, gathered. So even if it was gathered, in somewhat illegally, if you like, the court will be, the court will look to see whether that evidence will be unfair to, for instance, the defendant, if presented, rather than how it was actually gotten. And so to tell you the truth, Barrister is quite correct. If you go and look at Section 78 pace, it commands, it gives, first of all, it gives the court the freedom to make their decision, but the court must, be more concerned about whether the evidence would allow fairness rather than how it was gotten. Okay, I just want to say that. Thank you, guys.
Metal, good evening to you. I have a question for you, please. If Simon Ekpa's crime was against the US or the UK government and he gets tried just like he was currently in Finland and sentenced to 6 years, after his 6 years term, will he still, if the US demand extradition, will he be extradited or not to the US or the UK if the crime was against the US or the UK?
Okay, so yes, he might be extradited to those countries because one of the most important.
Hold on, sir. Why can't he be extradited to the US or the UK?
Metaphor, can I answer that question, please?
So yes, you can answer the question. But it's quite simple.
The Nigeria and Finland, number one, don't have a bilateral treaty on extradition, so that one is very clear. You and Nigeria and Finland does not have that treaty to extradite Simon Ekpa. And citizenship, being a citizen of Finland makes it also difficult. And the legal protection of Finland also makes it difficult. So for them to do that, they will have so many hurdles to face to actually extradite someone back to Nigeria. It's not that easy. It's not like going to kidnap him the way you guys did about with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that the barrister was trying to justify. I think Meta, you did not actually hear the side what he was trying to justify, because Imperfect asked him if you can actually benefit from your own crime. That was kind of the question, because Nigerian government kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and now want to benefit from the proceeds of their own crime. So that's where Imperfect was actually coming from. So, and in this case, I think that the Kenyan court has done justice to that as well, which they awarded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu over 190 million naira against Kenyan government, and also they indicted Malami and Nigerian government also. So, when you come in on spaces to make your arguments for Nigerian government against agitators, also try to make your findings. Because you guys might hate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu whichever way you want it. But that one thing I love about him is that he actually did his findings. He kind of took out time to study, to know, okay, don't do this. This would be against the law. Do this. But Nigerian government fell for all of them, even the one he did right and the ones he did wrong. They actually fell for all of them. So today they find it so difficult to try that man. Now release him. It's over 4 years. You don't want to release him. UN working group has actually made a statement on that for them to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, giving Nigerian government 6 months to do that and compensate him. They refused. The court of a court in Umuahia has actually asked Nigerian government to release him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They refused. A court in Abuja has asked Nigerian government to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They refused. A court in Enugu State has actually called the prosecution of IPOB unconstitutional as well. So, but you guys, because of your hate for agitation, you wouldn't want to go and study. All you know is kill them, kill them, kill them. Your own law, your own court of competent jurisdiction has been finding difficult to jail even one person. The only thing they do is to keep people in arbitrary detention for months, for years without trial. That's the only thing that IPOB has been facing in Nigeria. Call one person's name that you can tell me, point one person that has been agitated in Nigeria, that you tell me the Nigerian government has tried and jailed. Just one name, none. Now the next thing you want is to bring someone else for you. The ones you have in Nigeria, you've not done with them. You've not been able to try any of them. You want to bring someone else out to it. Well, it's unfortunate. What next, actually?
Well, freedom. Let me also even quickly add this. Even if Nigeria had an extradition treaty with Finland, that exercise may be even difficult, for them to execute. Here's the simple reasons why. Nigeria is notorious for arbitrary, arrest, arbitrary imprisonment, arbitrary, and so on and so on and so on and so forth. And it is a very, 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 very strong doctrine in European laws that anyone that will face any such kind of treatment in their home country or anywhere there is no extradition. Okay, there must be guaranteed a fair trial. There must be guaranteed, a human dignity, and a standard legal procedure, in the country that they are going to be extradited to. Otherwise, no extradition. And whose fault is this? This is the Nigerian government fault, and it's their criminal jurisprudence. They should ensure to, upgrade it, bring it to international standard, where, for instance, people are immediately tried, at least within the legal, time frame. People are not kept in prison for donkey months and probably donkey years without trial. People, are allowed access to an equal proceeding. They are not subjugated or disadvantaged in one way or the other. All of these little ingredients that makes Nigeria a criminal justice system, international standard, is lacking. That's why they would, even if Nigeria had they would not allow it, because the European Convention will be superimposed on that treaty, and that will not happen. Yeah. So look, I think that ultimately Simon Ekpa's lawyer might lodge an appeal. They might lodge an appeal because I've also even gotten some update here that they are contending against the judgment, that they believe that the judges were unfair, that the judge may have not properly evaluate the evidence that was presented to them and all that. So there's most likely going to be an appeal, from that or not. I don't know, but this is just what I'm getting. So all I'm just saying is that if they lodge an appeal to the appellate court in Finland, the judgment that have just been issued and the sentence will be suspended temporarily. And that does not mean that he will be released. That does not automatically mean release. He could also still even be remanded by the appellate court until they make a decision, on the matter, because terrorism is a very serious offense in most countries, if not all. And those kind of offenses, they hardly even give a bail. They always just remand and all that. So, but if they do make an appeal and the appellate court, comes with different, reasoning, and he's acquitted, and that would just be the end of the matter. But maybe the government might also even appeal for that. But all I'm just saying is that the appellate court is only where they have a suspensive effect. At the Supreme Court, there is no suspensive effect. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Metaphor, I have a question for you. Metaphor, I have a question for you.
Freedom, one second. Barrister, 1 minute. Freedom, I have something to throw to you and Metaphor, which is Uncle Abiodun here. I mean, it's not a fluke for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that 1 court, 2 courts, 3 courts, and everybody have said, like, free this man. It's not a fluke. They've obviously done their proceedings, done their findings, and there is nothing to hold on this man. Just let him go. They are intentionally not letting him go. Now, there is another person in the name of Simon Ekpa. He has gone to his own court once, and all of a sudden he's been given 6 years. I understand your love and our love, so don't think you're not the only one that love these people. I understand your love for Nnamdi Kanu, and the same shout or cry you're crying, same thing every other person is doing. The courts have done their rulings, they've done their findings. There is nothing to hold on this guy, just let him go. But they are keeping him in there for reasons best known to them. Then there is Simon Ekpa. According to you, you said, "Oh, you people are doing this now. You want them to bring back Simon Ekpa." Now, yes, if there was a law that is, if the bilateral relationships between Nigeria and Finland was great, I want him to come back here and face the law. Same way Nnamdi Kanu is facing the law. He's not bigger than the law. He's found guilty in Finland at the moment. He's been given 6 years. And according to Metaphor, he expects them to appeal. Yeah, everybody has the right to appeal. And if appealed and they see that the judgment by the previous judge was unfair, then, well, everything will be suspended and he'll still be held. So I don't know where you're coming from. Like, okay, Nnamdi Kanu, 4 or 5 courts have found this guy, nothing on him. But all of a sudden, one person finds something on Simon Ekpa. He's the same level. He is now as clean as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Bro, listen, I understand your love, I understand your feelings, but sometimes we need to put our emotions and feelings out of these things and face reality. The things that came out from, excuse me 1 second, the things that came out from the mouth of Nnamdi Kanu never came out from the mouth of Simon Ekpa. There are 2 different things that came out from these 2 individuals, their mouths. And you and I know. So let's keep all these, what's it called? A strategic bias. Sometimes, let's be honest with ourselves. The utterances that came out from Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa has done worse than that. The man even condemned it in court and in the jail block. What are we saying here?
Not against Simon Ekpa coming to Nigeria to start with. What I said, I said something. I said, when you are not done with the ones you have at hand back home. I said that. You want another one when you are not done with the one you have at home. You're not done with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and thousands of Igbo people that are scattered in so many prisons and cells in Nigeria in the name of IPOB and Biafra. You want to bring another person back home. So try to get my point, please.
It's fine. It's fine. Who is the next speaker?
I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask.
Well, I'm not
okay,
actually
Abiodun
done
question.
before Abiodun took the mic.
Okay, Freedom. Finish.
All right.
Barrister,
I want to
In
ask
a quick
Abiodun
one.
question.
One moment, please. Between Simon Ekpa and Mazen Namdekano, trying to link him to the judgment they want to pass on October, because I know that was where all these things is headed. Simon Ekpa and Mazen Namdekano, these are two different people. When Mazen Namdekano was around, Simon Ekpa, I believe many of you here calls him YouTuber, then like also influencer or whatever. So, or content creator as well. Mazen Namdekano left the picture and Simon Ekpa came up. So I don't know how these two people have to be like trying to link Mazen Namdekano and Simon Ekpa, using Simon Ekpa's crime against Mazen Namdekano. Well, Nigerian government will still shoot themselves on the foot as usual, just as usual, the way they usually do, as usual. So the sit at home witness in Alibo and in the Southeast. Well, I was in the Southeast for months. And I will tell you that every Monday, that was when I love going out, especially going to mechanic. Like I use it to go to my mechanic to check cars, maybe service it or anything. I usually do that on Monday. And their activities. Though some people who choose not to go out, who choose not to open their shops, do not open. This thing of forcing people or not forcing people, the only solution about sit at home in Alibo, if you like, arrest all the people sitting at home or all the people shouting IPOB. It will not stop because it has now come to a form of solidarity from us in the car, no matter how you want to put it. So the only solution still ends at releasing him. That's just it. If they let him go, I believe that's the only solution to start home in Alibo. If you like, deploy more military men, send more tanks in Alibo. It will not. And many of us here knows that. And it has nothing to do with Simon Ekpa. Okay, now Simon Ekpa is not in the picture. Who is the one enforcing sit at home today? Why are people still sitting at home? That question, nobody want to ask about it. Nobody want to talk about it. But I will stop here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Freedom. Who wanted to ask Barrister?
So I want to ask now, Abiodun, metaphor question. Yeah, you said that you believe the actions of Nnamdi Kanu doesn't fall within the Nigerian law on terrorism. But for me, I feel the Terrorism and Prevention Act of 2022. I can see some of the elements of the definition of terrorism, of the act of terrorism, that falls on the activities of what Kanu is doing. And one of them I see is disruption of public services. Even causes death or serious bodily harm to any person. And causing damage to the country. So in line with this definition, and it says it has the build of an ideology, willful ideology to perform the intention of carrying out this action I just spoken about. So in line with these factors, in line with the law, do you still believe that in his actions does not fall under the Terrorism Act, Prevention Act of 2022 in Nigerian law?
No, it does not, Barrister. Okay, so if we consider the definition of terrorism, how it is even interpreted in Nigerian law, you will see it actually does meet the definition of terrorism. That is the globally recognized definition of terrorism, which is the unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in pursuit of political aims. And that's just what terrorism is about. Regardless of the atrocities that is committed, if it is not in pursuit of political aims, it is not terrorism. It can be prosecuted under any other kind of criminal offenses. These actions, these vandalizations, these disruptions can be prosecuted under any other kind of criminal code. But if it's not in pursuit of political aim, it cannot be defined as
independent state.
terrorism. And
Sorry, sir. To become an independent state, which you said yourself that you want to be. Is
No,
that
no,
a
no,
political?
no,
Is
no,
that a
that,
political
so
aim?
political. And see that debate goes back and forth between legal scholars, but if it's not in pursuit of a political aim within that country, it cannot be defined as terrorism. Then if it's looking for just a minute, barrister, calm your nerves down. No, barrister, hold on.
Yeah, my brother.
It has been debated and it has been settled. And terrorism must be whatever illegality they do, as long as it's not in pursuit of political aim within that country, it's not terrorism. Whatever illegality they do, if to get their own country, they're actually succession. They want succession, but they are committing criminal offenses trying to get success, trying to succeed. And I've always said this, that if you want to succeed, there are legal procedures to follow. It does not include killing people, maiming people, dislocating people, and committing all these criminal offenses. So when all these criminal offenses are committed, they must be prosecuted and punished for these criminal offenses. But what they are looking for is succession. So in that sense, you can't say they are terrorists. You can say that they are criminals. Committing criminal offenses try to get succession. And that's the real issue here. And that's why many other countries, including the United States, did not label them terrorists, because the definition of terrorism is very clear. And I think that's why the Canadian court labeled some political parties in Nigeria terrorist organization, because what they are doing, as clearly seen, is in pursuant to political aim. So that's just what the definition of terrorism is. Not my word, it's the definition. If they want, maybe in Nigeria, definition changes. But that's the globally recognized.
That's your own school of thought.
Yeah.
Because from my own school of thought,
it's not my school of thought.
That's your own school of thought. Because from my own school of thought, I can define to you that being a secessionist is also a political aim. And we have different people all over the world.
Okay.
We have the Catalonia in Spain who want to succeed. Yes. We have the people in Nigeria, which for me is class under political aim. So it depends on your own school of thought. You say it yourself that it has been an argument in the among scholars. So the mere fact that there are arguments among scholars does not mean that it does not take away the fact that for some of us, we stand on that school of thought that it is a political aim. And whatever action you take within that to achieve that is, for me, is a terrorist act. That's for me. In line with the law. Especially in line with Nigeria.
Okay, no, that is not in line with the law. It's not in line with the law. Okay, barrister, that is not in line with the law at all. Barrister, asking for succession.
Okay, thank you so much. Two legal luminaries, two lawyers, two charge and bills. I'm gonna go wait, make orders. When I read law, make them to follow talk, make no vex. Now, true, so they argue for law again. That's one thing. But I know that whatever metaphor says, I support him, because for this other guy, we sound like Wiki. Then Wiki was still in Obiapo local government as at 9798, whether his brains, his family members allegedly bought for him. Then I will never employ you as my. In fact, from the way see your shirt now, only you saw the way Paul Smith in 2026. If George just look like this, they're going to say I don't lose this case. Just see your upon thing you do for UQ.
I go declare you terrorist. Imperfect. We'll come for you very soon. Now you go declare terrorist. Oh my God.
You look like the fourth sorrowful mystery. No. I beg. No, thank you so much, Barrister. I beg. Look at my words. If my I go say Papa Chulo. Papa Chulo, are you there? What do you want to talk? How you do? So I think we constant like Roberto Carlos. Papa Chulo, are you there? Papa Chulo. These are the issues. Ochuko, Mavo, Oshare. Ochuko.
Yeah.
Yuma. Impa.
Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you very much, my brother. Yes, thank you. Before I make my very brief input, I just want to ask Mr. Samuel. I don't know, has he left the space? Is he still around? Samuel?
Who is Samuel? Iche was someone by here?
No. Samuel, no. Sorry. Okay. Because I see Barry before the Samuel. Is that a name or a title, please?
Hey.
The barrister. Okay. Let me call it.
Are you scared of calling him a barrister?
Come, wait.
No, it's not about being scared.
Man, did they call Barry man? As only women so did they Barry. Hey, barrister. Barry, are you there? Then they call you barrister, are you there? I think he's pleading.
He is
pleading the
You should
fifth.
go ahead and.
Okay, go on.
Uncle Oshuko, go on.
Oh, okay, thank you. Maybe he got upset that I was struggling to get his name right, but no problem. But if you can hear me, Barrister Samuel, I think you feel better now. I wanted to ask you, that's why I was seeking for your attention. I want to ask you a question or two, if you don't mind. Can you just maybe show any sign that you are willing to respond to me so that I don't waste my time? Because you actually made some comments. I just want to get some clarification from you. Barrister Samuel, are you there? Can you just indicate, please, if you are willing to respond to me?
Maybe he's not available. Maybe he's not available. Should Ferdinand go? Then he waits for him to come back.
Okay. Okay. No. Let me just. Yes. Let me take the letter. Let me just go ahead and then maybe when it comes up, I can ask you a question or two. Thank you. So, Imperfect, thank you for the space, and Saiche and everyone else. Simon Ekpa, Geotem, IPOB, Citaton, and then what next? So, first thing first, good riddance to bad rubbish, they say. For years, if I'm not mistaken, for the past 4 years, since August 2021, August 21st precisely, okay, officially, we have been battling, and we thankfully enough, we recognize the attempt and the program of the Nigerian state and her international collaborators with all her intelligence services to badly infiltrate a noble movement led by Madina Mikanu by sponsoring a content creator, a YouTuber in Finland to come and do a dirty job. We recognize it quite early, and we have been, for those who are familiar with some of us, you will admit that we were on this space for that period of time that I just highlighted, August 2021 till date, fighting one singular battle. And what is that battle? Trying to let the whole world know, including all the international media organizations and the ones in Nigeria, that the person known as Simon Ekpa was never a member of IPOB, let alone a leader, not even associated with the movement in any way, shape, or form. We spent 4 good years plus trying to make that point clear. And people were wondering a lot of the time, people were wondering, why do we have to do that? I can remember several times I was invited to spaces on my own. I went to some by myself, and the question kept coming. If you claim you are fighting for freedom, why are you fighting your own person? Why are you fighting someone who also claims to fight for freedom? Why are you castigating Ekpa, and then you say you are following Masina Mikanu, blah, 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 blah. Lo and behold, we are here in 2025, and what we saw 4 years ago, finally we are right there. And what is that? Just for those who might still be genuinely ignorant, and I say again, I don't care if they are one or two sympathizers or Simon Ekpa on the space. I'm sorry, I make through the help and assistance of the Igbo politicians. Number one, Dave Umahi and his cronies. I said earlier on, good riddance to bad, is that how they call it, riddance to bad rubbish? Now he's out of the way. And for those who might be saying, but well, how can you say he was propped up by the Nigerian state and then and the Nigerian state are also angling for his extradition and all of these ones? Look, only people who are not thoroughly familiar with how international politics is played. There is something called sorry, in the field of diplomacy, I'm not so grounded that much, but I know as much as to say that governments all over the world use and destroy, right? We have several examples of them. For those who are familiar with the stories of Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden, for example, okay, and the
all these kind of places again with chill. I know it's in my eyes.
I didn't want to stop him. He said Akida. He said Akida now. He did not say what
no,
you think
he said. Call their names complete. No.
No, he said Akida. Who do you know as Akida?
See, they are listening. I will put me for Wahala again, for God's sake. I looked in my eyes, see last time. 5 hours, just searching my phone. In America,
They don't search your phone for America. You look at you. You're a terrorist. You're not a free citizen after all.
They went through my social media. Why are you here for 24 hours?
You didn't tell me that part. I know you were hell. I know you were a Christian while you were there for 24 hours.
But they said you can't fly half the world for those 24 hours. It's not possible. What are you coming here to do? I beg. Look how they call those names. Please, I beg. Look how they call those names. You just abbreviate it. I beg. I take God beg on you. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, my brother. I'm sincerely sorry. Is the same people should not be surprised that the same government that actually propped up the idiots had actually also played a role in his destruction. And to add to that, I don't think I should come on spaces by this time and try to repeat the efforts that we have made or try to go over what we have done. But for anyone who is sincere on the space here this evening, you will agree with me that IPOB, even Mazina Bikanu, had to take the pain at some point, which was something he would never do normally to give any kind of credence to any nuisance maker. But he had to take an extraordinary step at a point to, by his own hand, write down something and say, young man, if you claim that you admire what I am doing and you consider me as someone you believe in, desist from this ignominy that you are constituting, this wickedness you are doing in our land. Stop it forthwith. He actually had to sign it by his own hand. He went that far and also made it very clear, severally, both in his broadcast prior to his kidnapping and all, that we don't do what we are doing because we want to get fame. No, we do what we are doing because we love our people and because we want our people to live a life of dignity. And we cannot claim to be fighting for the betterment and the well-being of our people and be constituting or be carrying out activities that will put their lives in jeopardy. These are words that you can associate with the man called Mazin Kanu. And I heard somebody earlier on trying to say what is the difference between them. The difference between Mazin Kanu and the idiot in Finland is just like from Wari in Delta State to Shanghai in China. Okay, there is even no basis for comparison except such a person just wants to be trivial or wants to be insincere. So the bottom line is he's in jail. They gave him 6 years. They gave him 1,000 years. That's his cup of tea. Of course, like I said, is good riddance. Okay, but then the issue of sit at home, just like somebody also said, you know, the part of the nuisance he constituted was trying to hijack a very noble initiative of Mazin Kanu himself and IPOB, which is the instrument of civil disobedience. That's what we call civil disobedience. IPOB and Mazin Kanu came up with the idea of sit at home to celebrate the May 30th, annual May 30th Biafran Heroes and Heroines Day as a response to several years of very aggressive crackdown and repression. For those that may not know, and I think Imperfect asked that question earlier on. He asked to someone, which I can't remember again. He asked him between Mazin Kanu or IPOB and the Nigerian state, which people first took. Because as we stand up to this very day, Mazin Kanu never, either by proxy or indirect, never harm or hurt any single neither hurt or harm or unalive any person, okay? But let's just, for the purpose of making this submission, when he asked that question and then I think the person he asked the question tried to, rigmarole, try to dance around it, but let's make it very clear. Sit at home, which was first introduced by Mazin Kanu and IPOB sometime around 2018 or thereabout, was done in response to several actions of the Nigerian state, very aggressive. That was even long before 2017. Go back to 2016, when I think Ipa also asked a question. He was making reference to Aba High School. There are several other events in Onitsha, at Head Bridge, Onitsha, several other events where people, women, children, just carrying very small flag, Biafran flag, and waving flags and saying, we are remembering our heroes, having a peaceful procession, were mowed down in their hundreds, like for just daring to say, we are remembering our fallen heroes. We are remembering those that fought and bled and died for our freedom. Nigerian government rolled out the tanks as if they were going for, an outright
I swear
that
to
led
God,
Mazin Kanu and IPOB.
next time I'll submit your account to them. Say, make the community personally. Nothing concern me again. Continue. After you see shout on that word,
All right, sorry, my brother. Okay, so it was in response to those many years of aggression that Mazin Kanu said, okay, since if we go out to just have a peaceful procession and to remember our heroes past, they will come and mow us down and commit all kinds of atrocities against us. Let us better stay at home and mark that day as a truly solemn, which was supposed to be. Let's make it a truly solemn day and stay in our homes and eat ogo IPOB instituted sit at home were in to land. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate you. It was when the movement now considered the then impostor, late Muhammadu Buhari, to now become a persona non grata in Biafra land. And the movement said, okay, with this man that could carry out such heinous crime, carry out any violent activity against him. Instead, when he's coming to our land, those of us that believe in this ideology, we will simply not go outside. We will stay at home so that he knows that, so that the whole world can also know that we do not recognize him in our land. That was the only other instance in which IPOB also instituted sit at home. The only third time was after Mazina Bikanu was kidnapped and renditioned to Nigeria, and IPOB started it sometime in July of 2021 in order to force the Nigerian state to allow access, mind you, to allow access to Mazina Bikanu. And the moment that access was granted, IPOB also came out as at the third week of as at 14th of August 2021. IPOB came out and announced to the hearing of the whole world that we were suspending the supposed Monday weekly sit at home. It is in the records. But that was when the Buhari's agent, Simon Ekpa, took it up and saw an opportunity to hijack and cause all sorts of mayhem. And till today, those that were recruited to try to make that agenda fly, some of them are still even in this place listening to me now, still fighting tooth and nail to try to link all the atrocities that were committed by the idiot and his agents, trying to link it to IPOB and Mazina Bikanu. But lo and behold, it is a failure as it were. What is next? The next is that, like it was rightly predicted many years ago, for those of you, my brother Impa, and I know you also have some desire to see Nigeria work. But for those who are in your boat, I can only wish you good luck. But for us who saw Nigeria for what it was, like for me, I saw Nigeria for what it was in 2009 while I was doing my youth service in Yoruba land, in Ibadan to be precise. And right there and then, I knew that Nigeria was a crime against me as an honorable president from the approaching carnage. And that is for all of us to continue, does not deserve to continue to exist one more second. One does not deserve to exist. For those who think that the solution is to go and start screaming a mess, allow me, Iche, please.
Chicken Uber. Perfect, can you hear me?
Freedom and Sonny D, they carry hand up. When I speak now, those will carry hand up.
Make freedom talk. After freedom, then Sonny. So, Expo, do you want to speak?
Anybody that wants to speak in the gates now? Why
All right, you should talk. All right. Freedom, please go ahead.
All right. And that we are today. In this issue of Biafra agitation, it will definitely start from one leader. Even if you kill the ones presently today, other ones will still emerge in the future. So, Owazwike was there before. P2B and Nigerian government dealt with Mazen and the Kalu came. Southeast governors and Buhari dealt with IPOB because they were asking for their took it. Mazen and the Kalu never raised a weapon against Nigerian state. They never raised an army against Nigerian government. ESM was actually formed because of the mayhem that every part of Nigeria today has been experiencing for years. No part of Nigeria today is exempted, even southwest to south-south. Not talk of the north. So the vacuum came up that because the southeast leaders failed to do the needful, which they needed to do, ESM was created. And those volunteers they were actually sent to the bushes and forests, which Mbaka, a priest, testified to their works that because of them, he was able to make a bountiful harvest. Okay. Now, Simon Ekpa came into the picture. Nigerian government started the nonsense again, killing and naming the same people. One thing you don't understand is that everybody, before the Biafran War, I believe that if somebody like Zeke was the one in power, maybe we wouldn't have gone to war. I think that's the fact many of us know. If Zeke was the Eastern region governor then, I believe the Nigeria and Biafran War wouldn't have happened. So, because a different leader who has a mind of his own was in power, Beno Ojukwu, he chose to defend his people rather than to let them die in penury. So, Simon Ekpa came into the picture, a different person entirely on its own. He decided not to just look and watch his people get killed and do nothing. He warned, he complained, he wrote the same thing Mazen and the Kalu did actually. He wrote to Finnish government severally, to their parliament, to their president. He wrote to European Union in Brussels. He wrote to UN, just exactly the same way Mazen and the Kalu was doing, just that Simon Ekpa chose not to fold his arms. He decided to, okay, since you all kept quiet and Nigerian government want to continue what they've been doing because people are asking for their right, that he wouldn't do such. So he decided to form his own. His own. It has nothing to do with Mazen and the Kalu. His own men called the BLA of today, which they were for the defense of the harmless civilians in Alibo. Nigerian government is fond of going to provoke people. When they react, the next thing you will do is to go and burn people's community, burn their homes. The next thing, as those are Nigerians, the people they will blame is not the military that burn people's homes. They will start blaming the innocent, the victims, the people that chose to retaliate against what the Nigerian government has been doing to them. Nigerian government is a saint. Nigerian military is always a saint. They never committed any crime to some people. Whatever thing they do is right. Mandela went to prison for about 27 years in Nigeria. Today, if you're mentioning leaders in the world, Mandela is one of them today. So my point here is that Simon, I can hear you. Yeah.
Please, don't be offended.
Yeah.
What I told that even some people within the Nigerian military, they're not happy with what is going on with the military IPOB. But in the military, they only take orders. I'm sure you know that, right?
Exactly. I was back home. I met some of them.
Exactly.
So
they're not actually happy.
some of them are fed up. Many want to leave. So
okay, now are you aware that during the last election, P2B won in all military what do you call it? Military
cantonments, polling units.
Polling units, all the polling booths. Are you aware of it?
Yeah.
Obi won. So you should say so sometimes I don't blame the military. I don't somewhat blame them. You don't dare, say no to your boss. They're taking orders. I'm sorry.
But do you know that
But
if the U.S. military acts in the same way, they will definitely hear from their people. Like, do you know about that?
America is a nation. Nigeria is not a nation. America, they speak in one voice. Nigeria, we don't. That's the difference. Nigeria is so divided.
Well, you can't be killing people every time and think that it won't provoke them to a point that they will say enough is enough. That's what happened with Simon Epka. And I believe that today some people are happy that, okay, oh, he got jail time. Maybe some said it's more, some said it's not much and all that. Okay, sit at home. Has it ended? Has the insecurity in Southeast stopped? No. Has the ideology of an average Igbo man like me changed against Nigeria? No. Even if you like, lock all of us. The same thing that the Jewish did that to them. You know the ideology is the ideology. It's the same way it is for many of us. So till when Nigerian government understand that with the barrels of guns and bullets, you cannot do anything about their fight that way. It can never work until you come to a round table. If you think that who are FPB to have a round table, it's all good. It will definitely metaphors to something many of us pray it doesn't happen. I read my mic. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Sonny, we should be next, please. 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. Mr. Host, that's CPA and your co-host, and who else? Moretti, co-host. And my contributions or submissions as follows. We have to separate this discourse, remove the childish minds, because I've listened and there's a lot of childish minds that come to talk. In the first place, freedom fighting, in whichever method you want, violent or non-violent, it's a universal thing. It happened in South Africa. It happened in the United States. The key players, Martin Luther King. In South Africa, you have Nelson Mandela. And most times, it's not a straightforward thing. Go and get freedom. No, there are prices of freedom. The worst case scenario is when you lose your life. Simon Epka is sentenced to prison time for terrorism. I don't associate or shape. And let's just say if he committed those crimes, people who have history in Nigeria, because people have people, whether it have served in capacity there, because like myself, that's why some of us overlook their operations. We don't want to get involved with them. After all, we have fought a battle of survival in Nigeria. The Igbos did not get up and say, okay, we are going to war. No, the war came to the Igbos and they fought to survive. And the main crux of what I'm saying is terrorism is still thriving in Nigeria, irrespective of Samuel Ekpa or no Samuel Ekpa. Oh, by the way, that policy of sit at home of Samuel Ekpa is a wrong one. It's meant to punish Ndibo. It's not a favorable policy for Ndibo. If you think it through, it annihilated or stopped their business. So there is no way it's a favorable policy for Ndibo. Okay. So, but the big question is, since ever this issue of Biafra is or Biafra is not, what has the federal government done apart from moving in with their troops to subdue or to scare or to kill the Igbos or the Easterners? What have they done? Have they had an initiative to say, okay, fine, let us sit down and see that is the truth. So the issue is that terrorism is still thriving in Nigeria. Just recently, a court in Canada pronounced the ruling party a terrorism organization. Nobody is laughing at that. Mr. Barrister didn't come to laugh at that. Okay?